Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic. It's time now for Cuz Radio.
What up, Cuz?
Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding?
Talking with the Cuz.
Yo, Cuz, how you doing?
Stairs rips one into the night.
Stolen by the doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Way rock the baby to sleep and slam dunk.
Look, Cuz, don't even try it, okay?
Now here's Anthony Gargano.
Why don't you get the hell out of here, Cuz?
Happy Tuesday to all across the Delaware Valley. Cuz Radio, my main man, the Junis, back today. A difficult night last night for the fellas. Oh, it was a tough game. Double overtime. Oh, we were talking about this tough week that the Sixers have in front of them, beginning with last night and the home and home with Chicago. And then, of course, the West Coast over the weekend with Golden State, Phoenix, and then Denver. Man, I was hoping to make some hay against Chicago. I really wanted to get both. And not only don't you get both, but you lose the first one in double OT. And oh, man, that was rough. Rough start. And, it's interesting because, Joe was amazing. 44 minutes, 37 points, 16 boards. You can see how active he was and fouls out the whole thing. And, it was a shame because Melton had a great night. And, man, that Harden was he just had that night, that off night, that, I ate, bad fish type of night, man, where he plays his heart out, but 2 for 14, 0 for 6 from the 3-point line. It gives you 12 assists, but he had one of those games that great players will have. But it's funny, I was talking to the Tunis this morning, and we were kind of going back and forth. He reminds me, he's the one player that just scares me. Like, he's a great player, right? So he's a great player. And he's been playing great ball. So I don't want to, have one bad game and where that happens. Like, that kind of game happens. But I'm not going to have one bad game and, all of a sudden panic. But he always, to me, right, he's the guy that I worry the most about. He's the guy that, keeps me up. Like, I know what I'm going to get from Embiid. I know that Joe is going to give me, whatever I need points-wise. He's going to get you rebounds. He's going to block shots and be the rim protector. Maxi's, I have an idea of what I'm going to get, all that stuff. But Harden is so important to this mix. And, again, he's been here a year. So we had the back half of the trade deadline in the playoffs last year and this year. And this year, he's done everything you wanted him to do. Ever since he came back from injury, he's been, perfect. He's in great shape. He's playing really good ball. So, but he just reminds me of, he's just that guy, if I think about him, because everything's tied to him. Like, whether or not they can beat Boston in the second round is all tied to Harden. Like, everything is on Harden. It reminds me, years ago, everything was on Westbrook. Right? Like, everything was on B. West. Like, he was the offense at one point. And you every time he went down, you held your breath. And it's interesting because I had that weird vibe that everything just relies on Harden. And that's kind of what's going to keep us up or keep me up at night. And again, he's playing great ball. So I have nothing to say. It's just that vibe. And, he is so vital to their success. And you see last night, just in that game. He has any kind of game last night, and they win, then that's what it is. So we'll get into the Sixers today, obviously. The World Baseball Classic. I am so into this thing. The final, USA versus Japan tonight on Fox Sports 1. I love this thing. I've enjoyed it. I don't know if you guys have been watching or, you've been slightly in, all the way in. I'm curious to find out where you guys, because I think it's been just incredible. The game last night was awesome. Arozarena makes that amazing catch. Like, it's been, like, over the weekend, like, it's been unbelievable. Last night was amazing, right, with, Japan over Mexico. Japan is ridiculous. And tonight, actually, USA you're going to have Ohtani pitching in relief, Darvish pitching in relief. It should be an amazing game. Just a fun one. So I'm in on it. It's funny. One of my guys that reaches out on social media, Daddy Mufasa on Twitter, it's like, dude, he's like, if you love baseball, you got to be in tonight. And I think he's right. I think he's spot on, man. I think it's just fun, man. It's good baseball, really good ball. So we'll get into all that today. I got a bunch of other things that I really want to get into. And I did we have the seedings. So we're going to play out our sports food field of 64, which is a lot of fun. Good morning, Jonas.
What's up, Anthony? How you doing, man?
What you doing, buddy?
I'm back. Yes, there's a nice little day off, hanging out with the coop.
How was the coop?
Oh, he's great. Today's number one, man. Today's the birthday. Turns
happy
1
birthday
year
to the
old
coop.
today to the coop. So a special day at the house. So I wanted to hang out with him a little bit yesterday, and so it was nice chilling with him because we're in Florida for 6 days. We don't hang out with him. It was busy, so it was nice to catch up.
And then we had the tournament, so we've been kind of away a lot.
Yeah, we've been doing all kinds of stuff. So I just want to hang out with the little man yesterday, and happy birthday to him today. So I'm happy for you. He's doing great. But yeah, last night's Sixers loss was tough. There's something about the Bulls, man, that they're a sub 500 team, but they play well against the Sixers. I was at the game earlier this year when Levine went off for like 40 plus points, and it was just one of these performances where you throw your hands up in the air because he's drilling threes constantly. And there's just something about that team that has this Sixers team number, which, you and I talked about in the car this morning. It's not like they're a bad squad, talent-wise. Right? Like, they got a lot of talent on that team. They just haven't really put it together, and who knows what they end up doing this offseason. But, yeah, tough one yesterday. And the James Harden thing makes total sense because we also saw the negative last year in the playoffs, right? Now, a lot of it had to do with that hamstring, I imagine. But, he's a very important piece because if he's not playing well, you're in a lot of trouble.
Dude.
So, but, he's been great all year.
He's the one guy. It's amazing. He's the one guy in the whole landscape. I mean, obviously, Hurts is vital to the success. And, obviously, when you watch Hurts, run, you do watch with a little caution because, God forbid there's any, sort of injury like what happened at the end of the year because he's so vital to your success. But with Harden, like, he's like everything because, like, what Embiid's going to give you. It's just a matter of can Harden, be that second guy? Like, he's got to be the second guy.
Yeah, he has to be. It can't be Tyrese Maxey. You're going to have nights, right, where Maxey's going to have a big night.
Yeah, but that's even beyond the point. Like, he's got to be – because Harden's still going to facilitate.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, even if he only finishes with like 15 points, he's got to have one of those 15-dime performances that we've seen him have this year. And he's been great all season long. He's just had a couple of bad games here and there. And yesterday was one of them. You just got to hope that shot's falling. I said to you this morning, he's one of these guys where Embiid could have an off night offensively, which is very few times there is an off night, but he'll still impact the game in other ways. We saw it not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, where he was great defensively, had a good fourth quarter offensively, hit a lot of free throws, especially down in crunch time. But he can impact the game even if he's not shooting the ball well. Whereas James Harden, if he's not shooting the ball well, teams don't respect him as much, and then the assist numbers go down, and he's not a good defender. We know that, right? He struggles on the perimeter. So if he's having an off night shooting or scoring in general, he's a guy that doesn't really find other ways to impact. And I'm not saying 12 of 14, but if he's 6 of 7 from the field, that's going to help getting more assists. So he's one of these guys where if he's having an off night scoring, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah,
and we saw that last year in the playoffs.
Well, he's got to space it for him.
Right.
That's one thing, he's got to space it. And the thing with Harden is when he's one of those dudes that it's one thing if you go whatever, it's 6 for 14 or 15. You just can't go, 1 for 14.
Yeah, no, you can't do
2
that.
2 for 16.
Yep.
Right? Like, one of those horrendous kind of nights. And last night, unfortunately, and again, that was his first clunker in a long
he's
time.
been
He's
great
played
this
great
season.
ball. So, again, I'm not overreacting to one game. It just reminds you how vital he is. Like, he's, it's all on him. It really is. Because, again, I think what you're getting from the rest of the team. It's just going to be how good can he be?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you just got to hope that he still has those legs come playoff time, which he's had all season long. You mentioned the World Baseball Classic, dude. I am pumped for tonight.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait for that tonight. It's been such a fun tournament. I have watched a lot, going back
I loved it, man.
Not to just keep on bringing up Florida and how much fun we had, but these games are a little later, right? So I would get back to the hotel room and watch some of the World Baseball Classic before I'd pass out in bed and wake up and it's the ninth inning or something. But these games have been electric. They've been a lot of fun. I love how deep the players are getting into it. They love it. I said something to you this morning. Randy Arozarena said after he had the big catch a couple of nights ago, he said that catch was bigger than any moment he's had in his professional and Major League Baseball career, like hitting a home run in the World Series.
Yeah.
And my first thought is, because you'd rather play for your country than the Tampa Bay Rays. Like, he doesn't care about Tampa Bay.
See, that's the thing. Yeah, no, it's true. And that's the thing. I mean, at Creighton, Keith Olbermann ripped the World Baseball Classic.
And he's not alone. There's a guy.
And he came from it from an angle of like, who cares where your grandmother had relations?
Yeah, that's weird.
Right? Well, no, I mean, basically, he was saying it from strictly an American viewpoint, right? So, obviously, professional sports to us, because this is how we were raised, we cut our teeth on it, is different from the rest of the world, because the rest of the world looks at it more with national pride. Right? Like, go back to soccer, go back to all this stuff. But the one thing I want to bring up to that, I like to talk about it with you, which is, the way soccer has all those in-season tournaments is so interesting. And I keep wondering if there's a way where they can do this stuff. Because I just think it works. I'm interested in all that stuff, like Champions League and all that stuff. Like I just think it all works. And I'm wondering if there's a way that we can get that, how we can incorporate that. And I know there's you got your own teams and the money and everything else, but I do want to dive into that because I'm in this throes of Lasso. I can't stop watching Lasso. Lots to do. We're just getting started on a Tuesday. Cuz Radio with the Junas. Right here, 97.5 The Fanatic, 610-632-0975. Jeff McClain will join us as well today. So we'll get kind of an end of free agency look at the Birds. Let me tell you about Corporalee's Bakery. There's a place in Pennsylvania where the aroma of freshly baked bread takes you back to a kinder, gentler time when families still gather together to enjoy traditional recipes and fresh ingredients. And that time and place still exists. Corporalee's Bakery and Deli since 1924. The Corporalee's family's been sharing their family's favorite foods and flavors with their favorite Philadelphians. Oh, especially the tomato pie, world famous tomato pie. When you walk in there, you smell the crust, right? You can almost smell the tomatoes and the olive oil and the basil. All those fresh ingredients come to life at Corporalee's Bakery. 3 locations for you, Norristown, Limerick, and Audubon. And that's where 4 generations of pride go into everything they make, including specialty cakes, stromboli. Take yourself back to a better time. Corporalee's Bakery and Deli, where nostalgia isn't just a word, it's an ingredient. Learn more at corporaleesbakery.com.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Sixers losing OT. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Total Wine & More. Find out what you love at Total Wine & More. So many bottles to choose from at the lowest price. It's easy to find your favorite spirits not sold in Virginia.
Welcome back. Cuz Radio Tunis on a Sunsplash Tuesday. And we inch closer to the start of baseball. A week from Thursday, it's on. We cannot wait. I got a little bit of a beef. I gotta throw this by you, Tunis, because I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed a little bit. Now, I understand players, they move on and, they're going to say things and whatever. It's human nature, and I'm not going to hold it against guys. However, I got to tell you, I'm annoyed, and I want to hit these dudes with a shut up. And it started with Hargrave.
Oh, my God, yeah.
All right?
Dude.
Because Hargrave, it hits you with, well, if Purdy's healthy and I'm on the other side, it's a different game.
Shut up.
Right? Shut up, Hargrave.
That must have been part of his contract because the Niners are still talking about it, right? Like Deebo Samuel still talks about it.
I know.
So I wonder if part of the signing of the contract was, hey, your first radio hit that you do, make sure you continue this narrative for us, please, and we'll throw you an extra $500,000 into your contract.
It's just absurd. What do you say? Wait, why even go there?
Yeah, you're almost diminishing your own team that you were just on. What are you doing?
You don't do that. Why? For what? I understand you're on a different team and you want to ingratiate yourself to your new team, and I get all that, right? From an intellectual standpoint, whatever, people are going to say things, and, listen, he's a Niner now, and, God bless. But, it's unnecessary. What he said was completely unnecessary and not true. What the thing that I still don't get off of the NFC Championship game? That game wasn't close.
No.
Okay? So there's this narrative out there that if Purdy played, it would have been a different story. How is that? First of all, when he was in there, it wasn't like he was having success. He still looked scared. So I don't know. I mean, even if he played, the Eagles still probably would have won by double digits.
Okay, even if he played, the Eagles' defensive front got to Purdy and then got to Josh Johnson. Why? Because they ate up that offensive line.
Yeah.
It's not like Purdy made a mistake and got hit or Josh Johnson made a mistake and got hit. No, the Eagles' defensive front just got to him quickly.
I know.
And then there was the nonsense. Remember, there was the one player, the anonymous player that spoke to, I think it was Mike Silver, that, once Purdy got down, they got all the calls because, the NFL didn't want to see us in the Super Bowl. What is wrong with this team? They've now become the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I hear you.
But you know what? The Vikings players didn't say anything. It was the fans.
Yeah.
This is the Niners players.
Yeah.
I hate them now.
I got to tell you, they're just, whatever. I mean, they're just weak.
I get not wanting to lose.
Yeah.
Come on, man. After a while. And then Javon Hargrave, yo, dude, come on, man. People talk about Nick Sirianni pandering. Come on, man.
I mean, so CJ, you see what he said?
Yeah, can I tell you something? I was disappointed that they didn't bring him back. He has now become a total root against for me.
Yeah,
he annoyed.
He's a root against.
All right, now that he's not here anymore, can I just say it? He annoyed the holy hell out of me the last couple of weeks with the constant deleting tweets.
I know. I knew
it wasn't just Eagles.
You.
It wasn't just Eagles. There was the bang. Somebody photoshopped him in a Bengals jersey, and he retweeted it with the thinking emoji,
I know.
And then he deletes it. And it's dude, just shut up. Let your agent do the work.
That's his problem. His problem is he's highly wound up. He's highly emotional. And I think, that was also part of which
I loved.
He wants to. Listen, I said this yesterday when you were out, and I'm going to say it again. I wish they would have signed him.
Yes.
He's a good football player,
too.
right? And he helps you as a nickel corner, and he's a good safety. And he's a serious upgrade to what you got.
I am bummed out that he's not here. I'm miserable that we have Reed Blankenship.
I do agree with you that he's high maintenance. And so yesterday, he says he feels that this current Lions roster is, quote, a little better than the 2022 Eagles NFC Championship team. Now, if you believe that, you're a fool. But beyond that, I understand, again, that you're trying to ingratiate yourself to your new team. But why say that? Like, if someone asked the question, hey, how does it stack up? Go, listen, stacks up pretty good. Look, anxious to get to camp and see. I think we're going to have a good team. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
I think this roster's a little better. Are you out of your mind? Seriously. Are you crazy? I mean, stop.
And it's funny, as much as I appreciated his tweet about Jonathan Gannon, remember when he said that you didn't put us in the right position to make plays? He was asked about it, and he basically said, oh, no, that was nothing. People took that out the wrong way. Like, what are you talking? Don't lie. Like, no, you said exactly what everybody else was thinking, and then you deleted it because you don't stand by your word, ever.
Well, the other thing is that bothers me with this with the free agency and in the social media is if players don't get what they want, they say they're blackballed.
Yeah.
Like there's a new trend that if players don't get what they were envisioning in free agency or don't get big offers, all of a sudden they're blackballed, which is nonsense. Listen, you didn't get paid because, unfortunately for you, you play safety. And that's one of the positions that are devalued. Right? Unfortunately, if you're a running back in the NFL, they're not blackballing you. They just don't want to spend that kind of money on a running back.
Right.
I mean, even Lamar was talking about being blackballed.
Yeah, and that's a confusing one to me, too, because, look, the
Ravens offered you a contract.
Right, and he turned it down, and he didn't get what he wanted, like you said, what he envisioned. And all right, I'm all about, going to bat for yourself, but he hasn't had playoff success yet. And he's been injured the last 2 years.
And he's still an erratic passer.
Yeah.
He's an erratic
And I
thrower.
know he won an MVP before, but that was all of a sudden, that's a long time ago now.
Listen, I've always liked him. I think he's an amazing talent.
Oh, yeah.
And he does have a good arm, like strong arm, but he's an erratic thrower when it comes to accuracy.
Yeah, which is why come playoff time, defenses know how to kind of scheme up against him. That's why they're always early exits.
The first place they go is, I've been blackballed. No, dude. You gotta, that's half the problem is you understand what blackball means. Like, come on, dude. No one's saying that. But you got to, unfortunately, if you play one of those positions where it's devalued, you're just not going to get paid what you wanted to get paid. And then the other thing is, when you look at, it's about how much they want to get paid. It is ridiculous. The crying is annoying.
Yeah, it is.
Like, stop crying.
It is.
I'm sorry. The crybaby stuff's ridiculous.
And again, I wish Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was still in the Eagles. I will make that clear.
Dude.
But now that he's not here,
I said it all day yesterday.
He's become a total root against, man.
Yeah, well, he's annoying. He's annoying. Let's be real. The lines are better, slightly better. Shut up. Why didn't they even make the playoffs last year? But you're better than its Super Bowl team. Are you nuts?
Yeah.
Stop it. I understand ingratiating yourself to your new team. But, dude, stop. Don't be embarrassing. I mean, stop. It's ridiculous. Completely ridiculous.
Damn right, man.
I'm
glad that it's
and
annoying.
And Hargrave the same way.
Yeah,
and
that one. Come on, dude. I'm telling you, that was in his contract. It had to have been. There must have been. There's a secret part of his contract where if he said that in his first radio or TV hit, wherever he spoke or his press conference, that he would make some extra cash because there's no way he actually believes that.
Yeah, my boy Sec says if Purdy played, it would have been 41-17.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Like that defensive front, including Hargrave, they were eating that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You forget that?
Yes. Whatever. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy to me. All right, I got the Field of 64 sports food.
Oh, this is exciting.
All right. So I got all the games. So I'm anxious to see where your head is.
Okay.
With some of these things.
All right, so I'll tell you right now, all these polls will be on the midday count, the Marvin E. Cans poll of the days. So be ready for those.
All right, so you're going to go to the you'll do that, right?
Yep.
All right. All right. So let me give you a couple games just to start it off. All right, And then we'll do we'll do most of them on the phones. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. And then we'll do some on social media too. All right?
Sounds
so
good.
I'm going to hit you with an 8-9 game in the pizza region.
Oh, okay. We're going pizza region here.
Yeah, well, the regions are the pizza region, the cheesesteak region, the hoagie region, and congratulations to Primo Hoagies for opening up their 100th store. Awesome feat. And the wing region. All right? Those are your regions.
All right, hold on. Say those one more time because I'm tweeting this out right now. Your regions.
All right, well, tag me all this stuff. So the pizza region, the cheesesteak region, now they're opposite each other. The lower left-hand corner is the hoagie region. So theoretically, the pizza versus the hoagie and the cheesesteak versus the wing
Okay.
is how it'll line up. All right. So the top left is the pizza. Bottom left is the hoagie. The top right is the cheesesteak. And the bottom right is the wing region. How about that?
I'm fired up for this.
All right.
'Cause
I know you. I
can geek out about sports, but I can also geek out about food.
All right. I actually may switch it up on you the game. I'm going to go to the hoagie region. All right?
Okay.
And I'm going to give you this game. The onion rings versus the loaded tots in the 8-9 game.
I'm going tots.
Oh, over the onion ring?
Yeah, and here's the reason why. You even said it yourself the other day. There's a cap on the onion ring. You have like 2 or 3 and you're good.
Yeah,
the loaded tot, I can pick all game, especially if I got all the fixings that are on there.
Yeah, but here's the problem with the loaded tot is that when it gets cool and cold, it's nasty.
You know who you're talking to?
Yeah, that's weird. I forgot. Yeah.
I'm guessing the tot was the 9 seed.
Yes.
Okay.
So automatically, now that's not a big upset because I do agree with you that the onion ring, you're right, I said this the other day, the onion ring is tough, right? The onion ring, because you love the idea of the onion ring, right?
Yes.
And the first couple are awesome.
Yeah, you're like, wow, this is delicious.
There's no other, like in the, what's the Outback?
Yes.
Right?
Don't say they do the tree or like the tower?
Yeah, what is it called? The onion, what's it called?
The bloomin' onion.
Bloomin' onion.
But there's
right?
other places that do like the tower where the biggest one's on the bottom and they almost make it look like a Christmas tree.
Right. Well, the
But it's
bloomin' onion
strong.
is a strong item,
And,
right?
and you know me, I'm a dipper. I love the dip sauce that comes with the bloomin' onion.
Oh, do you?
Yo,
what is this
I don't know,
sauce?
but it's like some orangey deliciousness.
Okay.
I don't even know what it is.
No, I'm an
I think it's got a little horseradish in it. Like it's so good.
Yeah. But the bloomin' onion is a tremendous item. The only problem with it is you can't. There's a cap to how much you can
you need
eat.
a group of people to finish that.
Yeah, no, because it's just too much.
Like you squeeze it and the grease is just
right
flowing.
Right. I mean, it's a deliciously tasty item, but again, there's a cap to how much you can ingest of the bloomin' onion.
I agree. So I'm going tots.
Like there's nobody right would have eaten a bloomin' onion by themselves, correct?
If so, they might be at your local hospital today.
Like there's no way someone has eaten an entire bloomin' onion.
I don't think so.
By themselves.
And you know
I can't
me,
imagine.
I think that's something I would not want to try to even attempt.
Because you're one of these dudes that likes to show off every once in a while.
Like I almost want to compete with somebody when I eat.
But you can't do that.
I'm not doing that, no.
No, you can't do that because it's like by yourself, it's too much.
Yes, I agree.
2 months. All right, good. All right, I'll give you one
Can't wait for the
more.
loaded tots to take down the 1 seed. Second round.
The loaded tot, you think it's going to take down the Hoagie?
Probably not.
No. There's no way, dude.
No.
I mean, I know you're a Totsman. You
I
love
had a hoagie for breakfast today. There's the
Yeah,
food
well,
drop.
No, I know.
Shout out to Primo's.
That's right. All right. I'm going to give you this one because I'll give you one in each region. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. I'll give you the shrimp bacon, the shrimp wrapped in bacon
Oh, okay.
versus the Chex Mix. This is a 5-12 game.
Well, here's the thing, man. Like,
What?
the shrimp wrapped in bacon wins. But like, that's a tough game. Who's bringing that to game day?
Well, dude, I mean, you got to pick. I mean, I don't know
Chex
if
Mix,
you
I go into my cupboard and boom, put it into a bowl.
Okay, well, people make the shrimp. I mean, that made it.
Well, I'm going to go with the shrimp wrapped in bacon because that sounds freaking delicious.
All right. Well, people say they make it, so I can't say.
I'm guessing that's the 5 seed.
You can't
shrimp.
cry over the Chex Mix.
Oh.
Well,
Just,
you're crying that the Chex Mix got shrimp bacon.
It was a bad draw, man. They perform better in the regular season. This is what they get. They get shafted.
I mean, dude. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
And
That
which
is what it is.
region is this?
This is in the wing region.
Okay.
All right. That's the shrimp bacon. So the 5 seed, the bacon wrapped shrimp, or the shrimp wrapped bacon, whatever it is, comes in as a victor. All right. Here you go. Here's another one for you. I'll save that for somebody else because that's a great item. It's a great game, actually. I'm going to give you the mini hot dogs versus the popcorn chicken. So the mini hot dogs,
So you're going pigs in a blanket.
the pigs in a blanket versus the popcorn chicken. That's a 7-10 game.
Now, this is going to shock you because you know I'm a big dog man.
You're not going popcorn chicken.
Dude, you can only eat so many of the dogs.
Oh, dude, I don't want to use
It's like the onion ring.
Dude, no way.
You can only eat so many.
No, come on. You can't. You're going to make me to use a protest?
Maybe, and I'm speaking off experience. So Sunday was
Dude.
Sunday we had the
Popcorn chicken pals to the pigs in the blanket.
I don't know, man. After
Dude, it's not
after
about
a couple,
how much you can eat. It's about what's the better item.
Dude, popcorn chicken's pretty good. You're just anti-chicken.
No, I'm not. I mean, I get the idea of a chicken.
I'm a pretzel dog man greater than pigs in a blanket. There is a difference.
Well, there is a difference, and the pretzel dog is a separate item.
Yeah, and that's going to win this first round match.
Yeah, but pigs in a blanket, the mini pigs in a blanket.
I'm going popcorn chicken, man.
All right, well, I'm going to put that out.
We'll put that out. We'll go on the midday count with that
If
one.
you protest that, you have to. We got to get. You got to call up, and if you protest it, or first 5 on Twitter. All right, I'm at Anthony L. Gargano. He's at A South Tunis 975. Or what's the midday one?
975 middays.
All right.
And which region was this one?
This is in the cheesesteak region. So first to 5 votes. The first 5 votes I see, you got to get 5. Either
we're not going polls here.
No, it's good. You got to go for whoever gets to 5 first. You got to get to 5.
What if the next 10 say the opposite?
Well, it doesn't matter. It's the first 5 in.
It's a game of runs, man.
Well, dude, I don't know what to tell you. You're the one that that's going against the pigs in a blanket.
Oh, we
For
can't.
popcorn chicken.
That's a look.
I can't
quality
believe
item.
it already. I should not have given you all these games to start the show. I was a mistake on my part. The pigs in a blanket superior, dude. That's even got the name pig in a blanket.
So the name's better? So that
Yes.
means it wins?
Well, it's just a better item. You get the mustard dipping salt. Like, you're a dipper. You're going to go popcorn
Yeah,
chicken?
but I can dip the popcorn chicken too, man.
You're horrible. You have that. It's just your garbage disposal mentality. You should have your own garbage disposal line. You know that?
My own line?
No, there's a battle going on. It's raging. It's raging right now. 610-632-0975. I don't know how stupid things like this are so much fun. Why is that, Tunis?
Because we can all relate.
Yeah.
Even though you don't like chicken, so that's why you're all picking.
It's not that I don't like chicken. I made that's not
You even admitted it. You only like cutlet. It's the only chicken you like.
Well, the finger.
You'll go a wing.
Chicken finger. Huh?
You'll go a wing.
I love wings. I mean, wings are one seed. What are you talking about? I love wings. Stop with the anti. Listen, just because I'm not a big, baked chicken guy, I don't know what to tell you. Let me tell you about colonial marble and granite. I love colonial marble and granite, all right? Now, I've known these guys forever. Nikos, the Papadopoulos family, they just do amazing work. When it comes to your home and making your home stunning and just a showpiece, you got to get to know colonial marble and granite. All right? You could plan that kitchen of your dreams, and they're the ones that make dreams come true. You can get a fully installed granite countertop for just $14.99 up to 40 square feet, all-in kitchen for $69.99. Like with spring coming in, I got to get a new kitchen. $69.99 all in. That includes countertops, cabinetry, sink and faucet package. And Colonial Marble offers zero money down, 0% financing for up to 18 months of purchases of $19.99 or more. Stop by an area showroom. They're going to guide you through your project from selection through installation. They even have a design team headed by Sandra. Amazing stuff. Their flagship location is in King of Prussia. And they have the nation's largest slab yard, over 55,000 square feet of marble, granite, quartz, stones. Give them a call. It's like God's Art Gallery when you see it. Send home a free in-home consultation. All right, that's what we're doing. You got any ideas? Try out the visualizers on their website. Easy, fun to use. It'll be great to see your project actually come to life before making the selections on cabinetry and countertops. Just go to colonialmarble.net and don't forget to tell them Cuz sent you.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Double OT loss to Major Sal Tunis, and this update is brought to you by Total Wine & More. Find out what you love at Total Wine & More. So many bottles to choose from at the lowest price. It's easy to find your favorite. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly, B21. Sixers fell to the Bulls yesterday in double overtime, 109-105. Sixers now a half game back of the Boston Celtics for the second seed, 3 games back of the Milwaukee Bucks, who sit atop of the Eastern Conference. Sixers off today. They take on the Bulls again tomorrow, this time in Chicago. Flyers back in action tonight. They take on the Panthers. You can listen live right here on The Fanatic. And it is the final in the World Baseball Classic. Team USA will take on Team Japan. Keep it locked in The Fanatic for all latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
Marky Mark. Because I used to kill a bloomin' onion by myself probably once a month when I traveled for work. Nice bloom, beers, sitting at whatever city local Outback I was in. Solid item.
All right, now let me ask this question. I hope Mark is still listening, and if he is, can you please follow up with this? Was that all he ate? You're sitting at the bar with
you're
a
not gonna eat
beer.
a steak.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're eating an entire bloomin' onion by yourself, there's no way you're also getting something else, right?
No.
So,
first of all, but see that taste, like the taste is awesome, right? But
it's great.
I couldn't do it. After a while, it just makes you.
Now, unless he's on business, right? So he's just sitting at the bar for probably 2 hours.
No, I know you're picking at it, but like after a while, like I gotta push it aside, go something else, maybe. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Charlie, my boy, Father Charlie, bro, the bloomin' onion comes up as 1,950 calories.
Oh my.
So that's a 2,000 pop right there.
And there's
Throw
a lot
some
of people,
IPAs in
there's
there.
a lot of people that try to do less than that a day, and you're crushing it as your appetizer.
That's impressive. Chris says pigs in the blanket all day. So he goes, Chris Lawless says pigs in the blanket. Brian, pigs in the blanket. Thomas, I think, says pigs in the blanket over popcorn chicken. He says, I think if Andrew had his way, all the chicken items would be advancing in the brackets.
Well, that's not true.
Now, he also goes loaded tot over the onion ring.
Yeah.
Thomas. So he hits you with that.
See, the popcorn chicken
Nigel
also
says
getting a lot of run, too.
popcorn chicken, man.
Yeah, this is it. I think I see more. Actually, I don't know. There's a lot of popcorn chicken love, too. If we did the race to 5, it was pigs in a blanket. But I see a lot of chicken love.
It's a good matchup. I will say that. That is a good matchup in your sports food categories. That's classic. Yeah, I mean the pigs in the blanket. Now all of a sudden, we're stuck at the third game.
Yeah, this is why these things take 8 months for us to finish them.
Oh my God. We just got to get an answer. You just got to tell me who has more. Just total it up.
All right.
You got to total it up. Let me go to Vegas Mark. Vegas Mark.
Hey guys, great show as always.
What's up, Vegas Mark? How are you, my brother?
Good. How about yourself, your family, Tune's family? For the first thing, I'm going to talk Sixers and Eagles, but about the pigs in a blanket and the popcorn chicken.
Yes.
I got to go popcorn chicken because my first wife was a pig in a blanket. As far as the Eagles, do you have any interest in Zeke?
No.
None. Zero.
The zero.
Even for like $5 million?
No, I got no interest. I think he's cooked.
Okay.
I think he's got nothing. I wouldn't pay him a quarter. I wouldn't let you pay him pay us to go run the ball.
Oh, I'd pay him. I'd pay some of it if he would come here. I think they would.
I think he's done. I mean, honestly, I really think he's done. He shows no explosiveness. He's just cooked. I just, again, some of these backs you got to be careful of because, and then you look at he's got no giddy up.
But I figure if they work him in with the three others, I think he gets you down to the goal line. You give him the ball. He has 2 good games and 5 bad
I think he's a name at this point, brother. See, that's the one thing about these backs is they carry a name, and you think, well, that's what they were. But then you watch them, and you see how slow they are to the hole. And he's never been – listen, he was a terrific, great back. But he's never been a bat is tight.
Right, that's true. He can stand the test of time. As far as the Sixers, the only thing I think they're missing is just another rebounder.
Really?
I think so. I think they I mean, I don't know. Everybody says no, but if they could have played it beat at the 4 and put some big body getting rebounds at the 5, it would take all the wear and tear away from him, so he wouldn't be getting banged up all the time. And then they could save his minutes, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think they need more of a guard. Like, I still think they're a guard short. Like, I would feel better going into the playoffs if I had another ball handler, another distributor. Like, if I had somebody else, I would feel, like, supremely confident. Because, look, I think you can go small, play Tucker at the 5. Hell, you could play Tobias at the 5 when you want to give Joel some rest.
Right, I agree. Okay, good always talking to you guys.
Mark, you're the man. Let me give you a game.
Every day.
Wait, let me give you a game. All right, because I trust you. All right, I'm going to give you the 5-12 game in the cheesesteak region, the potato skins versus the tots.
I'm a potato skin guy.
The skin moves on. The tot is out. I like it.
I feel like you think I'm going to be disappointed by that.
Yeah, good job. Good job, Vegas Mark.
I agree there. Loaded tot, different story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're a totsman, I thought.
I do like a tot. I like a French fry. I like a potato. But the potato skin is lethal.
I agree.
I'm not going to argue this. You seem like excited that you think my guy got knocked out early.
I did. I thought you were all totted up.
I'm in on the skin on this one.
I thought you were Tottenham.
No. Yes. Go Spurs.
Yeah.
Come on, you Spurs. I watched one game.
I thought you were all Tottenham.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm going potato skin in this one. The potato skin. We talk about this all the time. It is a incredible item that is extremely underrated.
The potato skin is an underrated.
It's underrated,
item,
man.
I agree. I love the potato skin.
Potato skin is Arkansas. The Razorbacks. They're always there.
Yes.
But, they don't get much love. Not a blue blood school.
Yeah. Yes. They're like Gonzaga.
Yeah. I'll go Gonzaga. Probably a little. They might not be as high as Gonzaga.
I'll give you. How about that? What are they? Are they UCLA? Pac-12? That's a good question.
Could be. Yeah, we'll discuss.
It's freaking stupid. Hold on. Let me give you this, and I'll make you open the vault.
Okay.
All right. So the winner of so the skin moves on to face the winner of this. You ready? 413. The calzone versus the crab cake.
Calzone.
You didn't even think about it.
No, I didn't.
No, I agree. I
love a crab cake, but when somebody said crab cake when we were at Parks Bend Salem, my first thought was that's not game day for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Now it might be in Maryland. You go see some Maryland football. I'm sure
football and crab cake.
I'm sure you're right. I'm sure somebody's having a crab cake before kickoff. But to me, you call your local pizza shop the day before or the morning of, and you go calzone. I'm not calling my local, fish market to get a crab cake to watch a football or a basketball game.
Yeah, and the calzone is a great item.
Yeah.
And actually an underrated item, the calzone.
And the calzone is also good for company. Like, not everyone likes fish.
Right, because you can whack up the calzone.
Right.
And the calzone, I don't know what it is about the pocket, but the pocket is the best.
It is.
You agree with that?
I'm more of a middleman, but I know what you're talking about.
No, but just the concept of the pocket.
Yes. I used to love the Hot Pockets.
Right. That's the point. You get to like the innards like
yes.
that. So, dude, there was a cheesesteak place years ago. It was like on 3rd and Oregon. It was in the shopping center on Oregon Avenue, like on 3rd and Oregon. It was a place called Geppetto's.
Okay.
And what Geppetto's was, it was like a half moon pocket with like a cheesesteak. So it was like basically the precursor to the cheesesteak stromboli or the cheesesteak calzone type of thing. And calzone's really not a cheese, but they would gut the roll, like the pocket. It was all connected. It was like a pocket. They would gut it, and then they would put the cheesesteak in it.
That sounds pretty good.
And it was a delicious item. I'm trying to remember what happened. It was called Geppetto's. I'll never forget. And it was on 3rd and R. It was delicious. I don't know what happened to it. All right, open the vault.
You know, when we began opening this vault nearly 2 hours ago, we had no real idea what we'd find inside. As it turns out, we haven't found very much.
So, Ant, pretty big day in Philadelphia history in the vault that I'm going to save for last, because if I start with it, we won't play anything else because we'll continue the conversation. So I will save it for last, and I'm sure it'll continue the conversation. This is why I love doing the vault, because sometimes I surprise you with things. But we'll save that for last. We'll start with a man who played his final game a couple of years ago in Major League Baseball, and a man near and dear to my heart. And I'll play a highlight for you.
Here's a shot into deep right field. Back at the wall. Ichiro hits it off the wall. It takes a weird carom, and Ichiro may circle the bases. In to score is Roberts. Here comes Ichiro. Inside the park home run. The ball hit one of those banners in the outfield and kicked behind Ken Griffey Jr., and by the time he got over to it, no chance to get Ichiro.
That, of course, from an all-star game many moons ago, but this day, 4 years ago, Ant, Little Chunas' favorite player played his final game in Major League Baseball, Ichiro.
Dude, that's awesome.
I had to show a little love, and it was cool because they played in Japan. It was like a special series where the Mariners played in Japan against the A's. And so the Mariners signed him. He played it in a regular season game, and then he left. And that was it. But yeah, man, Ichiro, Little Chunas, his favorite player. All right, moving on from that. I just had to get that one out of the way.
Oh, dude, I think that's awesome.
No, it's my man. All right, a couple of birthdays to give you. This man, I forget what year it was in terms of how old he is. If I could do quick math, it was 5 years ago, so he'd be turning 38 or 39 today. Adrian Peterson is his birthday today, and I wanted to play this highlight because I forgot it happened. 2018 was a weird year. Remember, you're coming off the Super Bowl, and Wentz is hurt, and things aren't going well. Peterson was on at the time the Redskins, now the Commanders. And I forgot at 33 years old, he broke a 90-yard touchdown run. But there's so much to it. Adrian Peterson, 33 years old, scores a touchdown from 90 yards. It's the year after the Eagles won the Super Bowl. And take a listen to who was on the call for Monday Night Football.
At the Eagles with the Cowboys. He's back. Adrian Peterson is going to help him. Look at the 33-year-old Adrian Peterson. A 90-yard touchdown. And with that comes history for AD all day.
That's your boy Joe Tessitore, Ant.
Oh, I know.
As well as Jason Witten and Booger McFarland.
Yeah, they were horrible.
That was a bad year. A very, very bad year for Monday Night Football. And it lasted kind of 2 seasons because Tessitore and Booger stayed together for one more year. They got rid of Jason. Well, he actually went back and played Jason Witten, remember?
Yeah.
That
was terrible.
That was a tough time for ESPN. They knocked out of the park getting Joe Buck and
I
Troy
will tell you this, dude. I have to say this though. I was the AP thing. I could never get past the switch.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest with you, I was out on him when I heard that the whole child abuse. And,
yeah.
Listen, I'm never telling any parent what to do or what. It's your kid and you do. You know, I'm a big believer in you do you, and whatever you think, that's on you. But, with the stories about what he did, I mean.
Oh, it was terrible.
I mean, it was awful. And that crossed the line into abuse, I thought. And I could never look at him the same way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's certain things, to like transgressions, that I go, yeah, I'm out, man. I just, when it comes to children, man, I look at my boys every day, and listen, there are times when, you want to put it through a wall and do everything.
Right.
And you know how it is. But, geez, that's the one thing, man. They're a gift. Children are a gift.
They sure are.
And you got to nurture them, man.
They sure are.
Now, it doesn't say you got to, you got to tough love, for sure. But, abuse is abuse.
I got another birthday for you, and this is another man near and dear to my heart. And I'm not going to tell you who it is. I'm going to see if you can figure this out.
I thank God for what happened. It was my salvation. Have you accepted Jesus, Agent Stalin? Do you have faith?
I was raised Lutheran.
That's not what I asked.
I did my waiting! 12 years of it! In Azkaban!
My father was a musician in Stalingrad. During the German occupation, the sound of his violin filled the air with magnificent music. Korsakov, Stasov, many of the great nationalist composers. To my countrymen, it was a symbol of hope. To the Germans, it was a symbol of defiance.
Ooh. You figure out who that was?
I don't know.
That was that Gary Oldman.
Yes.
And of course, near and dear to my heart, because the first one was Hannibal, which I'm a big Hannibal Lecter fan. The next one was Harry Potter. And then the final one, he was a character in Call of Duty. My man's got range.
I love Gary Oldman. And I recognize his voice, but I couldn't place him. But you got it all. I mean, there's a million. You didn't get his great movies. Those movies like Potter and I love Potter.
You disrespect Potter.
No, I love him. Come on. I mean, Gary Oldman is Gary Oldman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I was just there more so for the range. He's got all, he can do all the different accents. He's good, man.
He's incredible.
Yeah, he's a very good actor. Do we go underrated Gary Oldman?
Oh, completely.
Thank you.
Completely.
I feel the same way.
Are you kidding me? He's an incredible actor. I'm looking now. I just called up his IMDb, and his movie. He's incredible, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to think of his best. So I love that Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Yes.
Did you ever see that?
I saw that one. Yep.
Which is awesome. The Book of Eli, he was terrific. He was great in The Dark Knight.
Oh, dude, tremendous. Yeah.
That was. You're right about Potter. I mean, obviously he was incredible in that. Where is that? What else? Hannibal, you're right. I'm looking at, there's a couple one. That's right, he was in Air Force One.
Wow, that's right.
He was in Air Force One. He was in The Professional. I love The Professional. He was Dracula. You ever see Dracula? He was amazing.
No, was he good?
But his best role was Drexel the Pimp in True Romance. You ever see that?
I don't think so.
You never saw True Romance?
I don't think so. I know you've talked about it before.
Dude.
I'll have to check it out.
Dude, you got to check out True Romance.
I'll check it out.
And he's Drexel the Pimp. He was amazing.
I got to check that out, then.
Dude, that's an incredible.
All right, I saved this for last because I knew this could carry over the rest of the show, and I figured I didn't want to not ruin the vault, but the vault would go away the rest of the segment. And the vet came down today in 2004.
Oh, my God, really?
Today is the anniversary that Veterans Stadium imploded. They brought it down because we had Lincoln Financial Field and, of course, Citizens Bank Park. So Today was the day it came down. Before I play the actual implosion, this was Harry Kalas on the mic after the final Phillies game.
Veterans Stadium is a building. The memories come from the great people who work here. the players who grace this field donning the uniform of the Fightin' Phils. And most of all, the memories come from you, the best fans in America. We love you. There are some of those who can't be with us today who are looking down on us from above. We thank you. Whitey, I know you're with us today. Thank you, Whitey.
Harry, man.
I want to cry.
I know, makes me cry. Right? It makes you choke up a little bit.
Yeah, it does. By the way, that day when the vet was imploded, I broadcasted live.
Yes, I remember you told me you were up all night leading up to it, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, we
stayed up all night. We toasted it. In fact, in fact, my cousin and I, we drank a quart of beer.
That's awesome.
And we toasted the vet, and then I broadcasted live.
That's cool.
And did play-by-play. And watched it come down.
You watched it come down. Think of all the moments, man. All the moments. Well, here was the ABC broadcast of it.
So once again, here we are less than 1 minute away, at least on paper, because, folks, this is live television, and sometimes things don't go quite as planned. But certainly within a couple of minutes, the implosion of the Veterans Stadium. On stage right now, Greg Lazinski, the great home run hitter for the Phillies, along with Mayor John Street and the Philly Fanatic. And we've just been told we are approximately 30 seconds away from the actual implosion. Here's a live shot from Chopper 6 as we take a look at the situation up high. And here's the final countdown.
2, fire!
And there it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, at 7:01 on this Sunday morning, we can officially say Veterans Stadium is no more.
Wow.
I remember the John Street. 5, 4, 3, 2, fire! No, where's the one? You got to give me the one, John. Yeah,
no, they don't say one, right?
What's that?
They don't say one.
You got to go one.
No, even TV, you go 5, 4, 3, 2, action.
I think you got to go one.
There's no way, Mr. Hollywood. Your hustle.
I go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They said your line. They didn't say one. They said action.
No.
You're just a natural. You went right into it.
That's the best. I remember that morning. It was 7 a.m., man. I was on the air at 5.
That's awesome.
My cousin and I went over. We were on Penrose Avenue? I'm trying to remember where we were. Because we were on Packer Avenue. I'm trying to remember where we were. Because we had a good view of it. Was that the Turf Club? Trying to think where it was, like right around there, and we were watching it out of a window or right outside or the patio or whatever it was. Damn, man, the vet, dude. Now you got me thinking.
Oh, dude. By the way, I see more CJ Gardner-Johnson tweets that have since been deleted that I need to give you on the other side.
All right, well, you got that. I also have 2 juicy Eagles nuggets to pass blast along your way, including a new signing, a starter. All right, so we'll get that on the other side. It's Cuz Radio with the Tunis on this Sunsplash Tuesday. Man, I'll tell you. You got me just thinking. Wow. All right, let me tell you about my good friends over at Peruzzi Nissan, all right? Listen, there's no better way to kick off this season by going and seeing my boys. You ready? Bob Seidberger, Mark Alexander over at Peruzzi Nissan. They're going to help you get behind the wheel of your new or pre-owned vehicle for less money. Go see Bob and Mark at Peruzzi Nissan. I tell you all the time, Bob and Mark, that's who you got to remember. They have an amazing selection of Nissan models that you're going to love, like the 2023 Pathfinder, the Altima, the Rogue, you name it, all in stock, ready to roll. And now you'll save even more, all right, because you can't miss this lease offer. You ready? As little as $249 a month. Now, I can't stress this enough. You got to go see Bob and Mark at Peruzzi Nissan. They make the shopping experience even better by giving you more cash for your trade, no matter what the make or the model. You got to go see Bob and Mark at Peruzzi Nissan. They've been saving customers big for over 40 years. Don't miss the March Mania going on right now at Peruzzi. Bob and Mark, listen, they always say, as you know, and I want you to remember this, our business is you, all right? And they mean it. That's why I have all these savings. Don't forget, it's on select models with approved credit. The lease is based on the 2023 Nissan Frontier, VIN number PN637875. Lease selling price $35,060. See the dealer for details.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Sixers drop one in Double OT. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Wawa. Wawa's panini flavors are getting even bolder, like buffalo chicken and creamy mac and cheese. Try a new bowl panini today. Got to have a Wawa. Sixers lose to the Bulls last night in Double OT, 109-105. Now half game back at the Celtics for that second seed in the Eastern Conference. We just heard Anthony talking about it. Eagles signed a player. We'll tell you who that is coming up on the other side. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's the Anthony Gargano Show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here. And at FanDuel Casino, we know the only thing better than a win is a free win. And that's why they made Reward Machine, the daily free-to-play game that gives you a chance to win up to $2,000 in casino bonus. They've already given away over $20 million in free bonuses. And guess what? They're just getting started. Every day at 6 p.m., you get 3 chances to spin the Reward Machine reels. And there are 3 ways to win. 1, match any 3 symbols for an instant win. 2, collect symbols each day for a chance to win weekly prizes. Or
All right, welcome back. Cuz Radio Judas on a beautiful Tuesday. So a couple things. One, by the way, our vault is presented by our good friends at Golden Nugget Jewelers, and that's where Philly gets engaged. So a couple of these items for you. One, Bijan Robinson, according to Mike Garafolo, is taking a visit to Philadelphia. Bijan Robinson tweeted out Philadelphia, Pennsylvania as one of his visits. Now, I got to say, I can't imagine Howie is going to use a first-round pick on Bijan Robinson. Now, I love Bijan Robinson. Don't get me wrong, like, terrific player. But is he really going to use a late one? Now, I don't know if he slides to he's your best running back available. Will he take Bijan Robinson? The Eagles haven't taken a running back in the first round since Jonas?
Man.
Hint, before you were born,
right.
War number 41.
Wilbur.
They called him a medical reject.
I don't know who.
He was a great blocker. He was a lumbering guy, Ohio State. How about that Keith Byers?
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, that's long before you were born. All right?
Yeah.
So they haven't taken a back that high since Keith Byers in the first round.
Right.
Now, is he really going to do that? Because that does not sound like Howie taking a running back at that point. Now, I will say he's terrific back. Like, he's going to be good.
Yeah, so Zach Berman was on with John and the morning show today, and he basically said, look, this draft, based off of what he's hearing, he doesn't think that the Eagles are going to draft for this year to make an impact for this year. It's going to be a typical Eagles draft of building for the future. So, interior line, offense, and defense. I don't see them drafting Bijan Robinson. Would it be the fun, sexy pick and we could all enjoy it? Yeah. But is it the Eagles' MO? Definitely not.
Now, they're bringing him in, so they're going to talk to him.
Yep.
You're allowed to bring certain number of guys in. So that's an interesting guy to bring in for a visit is Bijan Robinson, who is trust me. I mean, he's a stud. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I would salivate over that offense.
Well, yeah, because we just talked about how much fun it would have been if Austin Eckler was on this team.
Right. Now if you had Bijan Robinson
contract
with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and Jalen Hurts, like, are you kidding me? I mean, that's an all-star team almost. I mean, that's ridiculous. Now, it goes against their MO to use that kind of capital. That's big draft capital on a back, especially when you got a lot of depth there.
Well, now the question is, where does he fall to, right? And they'll know all this. Can you trade back? A lot of people think he might be like middle first round, I've seen, or late first round. So if he falls
I think he's a late first round.
If he falls to your second first round pick, I go, all right, sure, why not? If he's mid or in that early 20 range, then you could potentially trade back and acquire other capital elsewhere and then still select him. It would be, I think Howie, the beauty of the 2 first-round picks and the beauty of you already having a pretty stacked roster is that Howie, again, and he always does, but again, can get creative in the draft.
Yeah.
And pick up, more picks and, for future years or for later in the draft now. Howie's always been good at that.
Totally. I mean, listen. The Eagles also agreed to a deal with Bears linebacker Nicholas Morrow. Morrow had started every game last year. He had 116 tackles, 11 for a loss. So he's a sturdy, very, I think, versatile linebacker. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, what you need. Obviously, you lost T.J. Edwards, and you're going to depend on Nakobe Dean to take a huge step forward from last year because he didn't play. He wasn't a starter. That's fine. So now you bring in a guy with some experience, and he's from the Bears, so I'm sure he knows the system pretty well.
Yep.
So I like that. It's a good move for him. It's
a real good move. Real good move. I got good reports on the new defensive coordinator.
Yep.
In fact, a friend of mine met him yesterday. He was in NovaCare.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. So our man, Coach Desai, I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Yeah. Now, can I read this Chauncey Gardner-Johnson tweet to you real quick?
Yeah, I got one more nugget for you, and then you go ahead.
Okay.
Because you're going to want to hear this nugget.
Okay.
All right? I got all kinds of I'm the popcorn chicken right now. All right? I'm just giving you one after another. And you're going to love this one. Bryce Harper. Dave Dombrowski said that Bryce will not open the season on the 60-day DL. They could put him on any time.
Right.
And if needed, it could be retroactive to opening day because it keeps their options open. And Dombrowski thinks there's a chance that Bryce can return to the lineup before May 29th. Now, you and I were in spring training, and we got a chance. We heard all about Bryce.
Yep.
Oh, everybody was excited for Bryce.
Yeah, they were saying that All-Star break, you could forget that. And
no,
maybe
we
even
said
sooner.
early June. I'm saying that. Early June, I was told that they're circling it.
Dude. And
now this is more confirmation that Bryce Harper by June is going to be in the lineup with Trey Turner.
With Trey Turner, who is putting the United States of America on his back, damn it.
Yes!
That's awesome.
What, dude, I had Ray play the cut a million times, right? America's shortstop.
Yes.
America's shortstop.
That's awesome. That was a great line.
It was. Your boy, Joe Davis. He did it with a couple. He did mention his swing a couple times. He didn't say swing of his life, but he said something about it. Swing something.
Well, maybe some PR guy got to him and was like, hey, there's this station in Philly. They're getting on you.
No, but the greatest was America's shortstop. Yeah.
I'll take that.
I like that.
I'll take that.
I like that. All right, 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. We're going to open up the phone lines in a minute. But go ahead, Tunis. I know you got some CJ buried in a hole in your pocket.
Because you know what? I said it to you earlier in the show. He's now become a root against guy. And I wanted him back, making myself clear. I wanted him back, but all the constant deleting tweets leading up to him finally getting signed, and then what you said, he said to the Lions media, saying that this team in Detroit is shaped up better than the team that was just in the Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. Screw you, CJ, and screw this tweet. 10 minutes before our show started today, Ant, he tweeted out the following, which of course has been deleted, but people get the screenshots. Philly fans called me overrated. LOL.
No.
Y'all was just my friend. Switch ups.
Oh my God.
Hurts.
Full of nonsense.
Hurts, don't it? Dude, everybody wanted you back. I don't think we took a single call. A single tweet, single email, single carrier pigeon of somebody saying I don't want Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back. What is this guy's deal?
I don't know. It makes no sense.
Now, the tweets have been deleted, of course.
That makes no sense.
Because he does not stand by his word. He's full of it. I would never want to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
He'd say one thing and say the other to the next person.
I mean.
Everybody wanted him back. Everybody wanted him back in this city. And now you're saying, we called you overrated?
Nobody
one 12-year-old behind an egg on Twitter called you overrated?
Nobody did that. Nobody.
He's a root against. I hope you get on the Dan Campbell hate train.
Well, but he's a baby. You know what he is? He's a baby. He's a baby. He's a crybaby. Like, I love, how many times I say I love him? He's a terrific player, and I want, he's a crybaby. He cried, I didn't get my money. Oh, God. Nothing worse than a crybaby. I'm sorry. And it sucks because I like the kid. I thought the kid could play. All right. Let me hit you with Damon in West Philly. Big Dame, what's going on, man?
What's going on, cuz? What's going on, Tunis? Good morning, my brothers.
How you feeling?
I'm good, man, but I'm bothered by what Tunis just said about CJ, because I wanted to talk about that. For him to make that statement, what it does is for us as a fan base, and we know the narrative about us, right? We know it, right? As fans of Philly and 4 for 4. But for him to put that out there just makes us look bad. But if you know, you know. We were rooting for you when he got traded. I shared a text with my brother and a couple of good friends. And my brother immediately texted. He's like, "Wow, we lost CJ." He was like, "I wish Howie could have worked it out." And I was like, "Wow." So I'm gonna tell you what the beef is, cuz, and you know this because you dealt with agents as I have. His beef is with his agent. That's who you need to be upset with. Because I've been a fan of this team long enough and seen what Howie's done. At the end of the day, the man is fair if he believes in you. And I'm sure they made him a decent offer. And because the market didn't match what he thought it was going to be, he turned it around on us. That's the only thing I can come up with, man. I wasn't in the meetings, but I'm just saying that's the only thing I can come up with. So later. Yeah,
I hear you, bro. Listen, I hear you. I get you.
Yeah.
I wanted the kid back too, but everything, and then when people start talking, we'll have Jet McClain on a little bit later on, and everybody. The word is he's very immature, emotional.
Yeah. And it sounds like it. Yeah, like you say,
it's a shame.
And kicking. Yeah,
I like the kid. I think he's a good player, but come on, stop. Now all of a sudden people thought you were overrated. Nobody said that. Stop crying and stop saying the Lions are better than the Eagles. That's nonsense.
Now you're lying, literally.
Right. Right. You're an L-Y-I-N, not an L-I-O-N. You bastard.
Yo, man, these games this weekend was crazy. Kansas, Kentucky, was it Kansas State and all? No, Kansas State beat
the kid from K-State. The guard was out of his. I love that kid. He works with Kyrie. He works out with Kyrie all the time, so he's got a lot of flair to his game.
Oh yeah. These games.
You see that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw that, and it's crazy, man, because it ties me into the Sixers. Like a few things about players fouling out. I'll get back to that. But as far as the Sixers, right? I said this to Devine the other day, man. This team is tough, I wasn't able to say that last year or the year before last. But it's there. And I'm going to tell you, I know people want to give a P.J. Tucker credit for that, as they should. But another guy who brings that toughness, and I told it to D, even though he's from California, Melton reminds me of a guard from North Philly. This is toughness, his defensive tenacity, and I like him back. I know we went back and forth whether he should start, but I like him in that role. And I know he lost last night, tough loss. I would say this. I want to get you and Tunis' thoughts on this, cuz Dick Girardi brought this up a couple of years ago, that he doesn't think players should foul out. And at the time, I was like, I don't know. But then over the weekend, it was a couple of kids that fouled out during the tournament. I was like, wow, man, it's a shame. That'll be it for them. And then going back to Cleveland when Joe should have been fouled out, but then he fouled out last night. I'm like, you know what? They should come up with a different rule. And my proposal is, if a guy gets a sixth foul, instead of making him lead the game, give him a technical. Because there's certain games and certain guys you have to have.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, though. I like it.
You know?
Because there's a strategy. I like it because, listen, it takes away your aggressiveness on defense, right?
Okay.
So, I think it affects the strategy that, because if you get a guy, you get 4 in college, right? You get 4 on somebody.
5. You get the 4. Yeah, I got you.
You want to attack them because they're going to be soft defensively.
On that fifth foul, yeah. They're going to be soft. They want to protect that fifth foul. I got you. And it does make tenacity for the game, but it was just like,
No, I hear you. I get you. I just like it only from that standpoint. All right, I got a couple things you got to help me. So you got to make the final call: pigs in the blanket or popcorn chicken.
Popcorn chicken.
Yes!
Like popcorn.
Yes!
Hey,
Yes!
Popcorn chicken.
Yo, I got a new song. I got a song for you guys. Cuz,
yeah.
In addition to play the song, Tunis, there'll be a new song for your Philadelphia 76ers. In honor of my group, LTD, we're going all the way. Have a great show, fellas.
Oh, I like it. I like it all the way. It's a beautiful song, yeah. Yeah, actually, get that one, Tunes. All right, you got it. You got your popcorn chicken.
Dude, popcorn chicken.
I left it in the hands of Damon. And Damon, I love, so I can't say anything. I think it's small. I think it was wrong, but what are you going to do?
Man, brackets get busted all the time, dude.
The popcorn chicken.
How far do you have them going?
I don't know. They had a shot.
Are they going Sweet 16?
The pick. No, actually, they were out in the next round.
Oh, okay.
You want the next game?
Yeah. What do we got?
Nachos versus the cocktail meatball.
Nachos.
Yeah, it's not even worth giving to a caller.
Nachos.
So
what was that? What matchup was that?
215.
I was gonna say, wow, meatball.
No, I made the nachos too.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't. The cocktail meatballs are gross. All right, I do not imbibe in the cocktail meatball.
Are you an IKEA meatball guy?
Huh?
The IKEA meatball.
No, I don't go near that stuff.
That's what I
No. Yeah, no.
They're the famous meatballs, man.
What's that?
They're famous. The IKEA meatballs.
The Swedish meatballs. Yeah,
yeah.
I get it. I've never been the.
Doesn't do it for you.
No. That's the truth. All right, Jeff McClain's coming up next. So we got a slew of stuff to talk to Jeff about. The Bijan Robinson thing, I'm just over the moon about this. Like, I'm thinking about this idea. Oh, man. Now, and I'm against taking running backs early. But with this offense, Bijan Robinson makes a ton of sense because you don't want to imperil Hurts. So does he go? I'll give my man Tony Taxi credit because he was all over Bijan Robinson. And I'm like, nah, not with Howie. Now, we'll see if he does it. Of course, TT also said that they were going to sign Gesicki, which was ludicrous. But other than that, the Bijan, I'll give him the flowers. Because I would love that. I just don't know. Does Howie go that route? Oh, this offense would be just a juggernaut. So we'll talk to Jeff about that. And about all the chirping going on, too. A lot of chirps, Tunis.
Too much
chirp. A lot of chirps.
Chirping and deletes.
Yes, there's a lot of chirp, delete stuff going on.
Deleted chirps.
Yes, a lot of chirp, delete.
Our boy VG tweeted out, CJGJ living rent-free in Eagles fans' heads because of a couple deleted tweets. A couple?
No, nobody's
like 10 a day.
Free. VG violation. First of all, you take sides against the family.
Exactly.
Second of all, I don't think people are, whatever. And then, and Johnny DeKay goes, well, I've got a slew of tweets saying that he's over. You can find a slew of tweets saying that it's raining out right now, even though it's sunny. So that means nothing. 610-632-0975. Cuz Radio with the Tunis, 97.5 The Fanatic. Oh, let me tell you about the Bet Parks app. Oh, it's Bet Parks Tuesday. And so we're gearing up for the big game.
Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, welcome back. Fun day, a lot of stuff. This Bijan Robinson just making me excited. I keep thinking about it because it does make sense in that, you know, you got your corners, right? And knowing that you got your corners locked up. See, that was the big wild card in this offseason for the Birds is, you know, we all expected them to have one corner and then have to draft the other corner. But now if you don't have to draft the other corner, and since you got both of them, you know, I mean, Bijan Robinson's an interesting pick. Let me get the man who covers the Birds for the Inquirer. Inquirer.com does such a wonderful job. The one, the only Jeff McClain. Jeffrey?
Anthony, how you doing?
So the Bijan Robinson stuff is interesting to me because, you know, he's coming in for a visit and he tweeted that out. And I know that you don't take a running back in the first round, and that's never been a Howie thing. And they haven't taken a running back in the first round since Keith Byers. However, since you got your corners locked up, I mean, Bijan Robinson is nasty. I mean, he's a good back. I think it would be a great pick for this offense.
Yeah, I don't buy it. But you know, there are special running backs out there that you will, or you know, make exceptions on in terms of whether you're going to draft in the first round or not.
Yeah,
there's 2 picks, right? So maybe the latter pick. I don't think. I really don't think Howie will expend a 10th.
No. It's late. No, it's the late one. Like it's the late one. Like you can always trade back. Like he's going to go late first round.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of seems to be, you know, where running backs now go unless they're super elite guys, and even then, you could argue that Saquon Barkley's of the world.
Well, yeah, but I'm not even talking about that because that was stupid. Like you can't build a team around a back.
Yeah,
like good backs are. You know, I can make the argument that you should never take a running back over, you know, higher than a 3. You know, maybe a 2. But that's you know that's kind of where I'm. You know, Dalvin Cook was a second round pick. Like guys like that. You know, and that's an elite talent. Like you can find great backs in the second, third, and fourth round. But Bijan Robinson is clearly the best back coming out this year. And you could also make the argument that with Hurts, like you want to make sure that you're not running Hurts the way he ran last year.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And especially if you're going to lock him up long term, which we all expect to happen at some point. You know, it changes a little bit the way you view him and how you use him in the run game. Look, I think they're going to do more at the running back position. Rashad Penny is a low risk, kind of high reward type of signing. They still have Kenny Gainwell. I don't think they view Gainwell as a number 1 type back, and Boston Scott. So I think they'll add maybe a vet, another vet. More than likely, I think there'll be a rookie. This is considered a pretty deep running back class. That being said, the running backs will drop, and they may view getting someone in that third day and even undrafted. That's typically more Howie's MO. If you're asking me what I think would happen, I would say it's very unlikely they take a running back even with that second pick.
Yeah.
That's just not what Howie does. I mean,
listen. I agree.
I don't think it's a value pick, and they still have. They got to think about some of these older guys on the lines that have left that they have to replace or that are still on the team.
I'm with you, Jeff. Like I know Howie. I know Howie,
but they brought in guys for other reasons beyond.
Without a doubt. I mean, there was smoke screens and yeah. No, and listen. I know Howie intimately, right? Like I'm pretty close to him, so I know the way he thinks and the whole thing. And I completely discounted it too. When somebody brought it up, like it would be a good. I'm like, I like Bijan Robinson, but that's not what how he does. The corners. When you re-sign the corners, and again, listen, I always do what I do, right? So I started to think like, all right, I got the corners. So that was my number one priority heading into this draft, was to get a corner. Now, obviously, you're always looking for corners and edge rushers and that sort of thing, and offensive linemen. But if I got a dependable back like that with this offense, I mean, they would be a top offense in the NFL.
Well, yeah, I mean, certainly he has a lot of talent, and you've heard it from analysts, and I've talked to a few scouts about him in terms of how they view him long term. Yeah, I mean, he's got that kind of talent that he could be easily number one back for several years. So never, as I say never on any of this stuff. If he drops, certainly, I mean, that brings him into play. I mean, that's what they'll do. They'll make value picks based upon that. But typically, Eagles are pretty easy to predict, I think, a lot of times when it comes to the draft.
So let me ask you about Morrow. They signed a linebacker, and they get a linebacker like Morrow. What do you think?
Yeah, again, productive last year, over 100 tackles. I got to look a little more closely.
Played every game.
Him.
Yeah.
He didn't cross over with Desai in Chicago, but I'm sure Desai knows about him pretty well. He missed a lot of 2021. And, that's probably played a role in why the Eagles were able to get him at this point. And, again, off-ball linebackers are another position you're just not going to see get paid, not only by the Eagles, but also around the league. So this is a good time for them to hop in to that position and get someone to fill what is now a hole. I mean, you lost Kaiser White, you lost T.J. Edwards. You have Nakobe Dean waiting in the wings, but again, we don't know what he's capable of yet. So you want to get a veteran that's done it in this league, and I think at this point, getting Morrow is makes sense.
So just tell us the whole story about C.J. Gardner-Johnson. What's the whole story? I mean, is it just he's one of those kids, emotional, that sort of red flag? Like, what's the deal with him?
Yeah, and look again. You have to go back to New Orleans, and what did you see there? What were some of the incidents they got involved in, not only on the field, off the field, the fight with Michael Thomas, the fact that they were willing to part with someone this talented for only essentially a 5th round pick makes you wonder. Look, good for Howie. He got a lot of compensation and get.
A civil authority has issued a required monthly test for all New Jersey. Effective until 12:57 p.m., the New Jersey Office of Emergency Management is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. Had this been an actual emergency, the attention signal you have just heard would have been followed by official information or instructions. This concludes the test of the emergency alert system.
May get, and I'm not sure if he got that high expectation from his agent or not. And then there are the, again, as I mentioned, the risk factors with someone like C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who came in initially. There were I think he tried to kind of, as one source inside the team described to me, it was like a substitute teacher, and first day, or maybe the first day of school, and C.J. was kind of testing not only some of the veterans in the cornerback room, but also on the team, and eventually they got into buy-in. Hey, this is how we do things. If you want to stick around here, you gotta kind of follow suit. And I think CJ did. And there are a lot of guys in that locker room that like him. He brings a lot of energy to the practice field. He's a trash talker, but and he's a little yappy at times. Sometimes maybe he kept to himself in terms of the media. I seem to kind of see one of the guys that he was more willing to talk to, so I was able to get a couple interviews with him by myself, and I think he opened up a little bit about what he was thinking and where he's coming from, about his relationship with Malcolm Jenkins, and about how he's going to approach free agency. But I think the Eagles, from what I understand, the Eagles viewed him, and not only the Eagles, but other teams around the league, as a guy that if he all of a sudden got this huge contract, how is he going to behave? Is he still going to be the same CJ to go out there and put in all the effort that he did in a contract year? Or is he going to not be as kind of, I hate to use this phrase, but like, I don't think he is a pain in the ass, but I mean, there definitely took some handling of CJ.
Yeah, he's high maintenance is what he is.
He's a little high maintenance. Right. So is he still, is he also going to be even more high maintenance once he signs that mega $1 million contract? And I've seen it before. I've seen it several times, and the Eagles have had issues with giving guys these contracts before, and they let them walk. And I've seen them giving contracts to these guys before, and they changed. Michael Kendricks being one of them. I know specifically it happened to. They're always worried about Deshaun Jackson and how he would handle that. So it happens, and would that have happened with CJ? We don't know, but that's where the risk factor comes in.
Yeah, and listen, I get it. I do, because I like the kid. I thought the kid was a player. And I don't mind that kind of fiery attitude. In fact, I like it, except he can be there's a lot of that though that can work on the negative side too. And that's my only thing with him, is that the high maintenance piece, and you're going to delete tweets and then you're going to be popping off and then all that
he's
nonsense.
Emotional. Right. Yeah. And I don't want to say this was the right move, because I don't know.
Right.
That's not my job here to look at. I want to look at it objectively, and he ends up signing for 1 year, $6.5 million. If you were told that, a week before free agency, and I think a lot of people on the outside, they would have said, "Sign me up right away."
Right.
And at the same time, you're bringing someone like Fletcher Cox back for 1 year at $10 million. Now, apples and oranges.
Well, that's the thing that stood out to me, was like I would rather have CJ than Fletch.
I mean, that's a fair argument to make. I mean, that's money. I mean, again, different positions, you value that position more. Fletch is a guy that, you give a little bit of the benefit of the doubt to, because of, he's a homegrown guy. He's been in the system for a long time. He's become a little bit of a culture leader guy that you want to keep around. I wouldn't say to the extent that you had Jason Kelsey and Brandon Graham are that way. So yeah, I mean, it's certainly a fair argument to make. And then, they also lost Mark Stepp. So not only are you replacing both your starting linebackers, you have to replace both your starting safeties. That's the middle of the field. And, maybe then that was an issue at times last season. But maybe that's what they're saying. There was a reason why that was an issue at times last season, because of those four guys maybe just weren't producing up to the level we thought they should be. Yeah.
Listen, that all makes sense. What do you think now? What do they do at safety?
Well, you got Reed Blankenship, who got, I think, 4 starts under his belt. Kayvon Wallace has 7 starts. They're your 2 guys right now on the
you got to upgrade that.
So you got to upgrade that, right? And they signed Justin Evans. I think that's just kind of a depth. Let's see what we got here kind of move. I don't think they expect him to come in and start. But as we know, Howie, and we know what can happen, especially at that safety position over the years. They'll find ways. They can trade for guys. They can move. CJ was not a safety in the NFL. They moved him from slot to safety. So, you can think outside the box at that position. Of course, the draft is a possibility. Tough to draft a safety and all of a sudden say, hey, you're starting. But, as Andy Reid once famously said, and how he certainly follows this template, give me a quarterback, 2 tackles, 2 pass rushers, and 2 cornerbacks, and I'll figure out the rest. And I think Eagles have much more than that. And you have a few holes in how he's going to try and figure that out here. He's got months to do so.
The edge philosophy, man. I heard that in 2000 when I sat, actually 1999, one day. I sat with Andy when I was at the Inquirer. I hung out in his office all morning. and saw where he did his both. He had his personnel desk and his coach's desk. There were two different desks in the same office, and we talked all about his philosophies. And that edge philosophy was always a big deal at Andy, and that's where Howie got it from.
Yeah, pretty much. And Joe Banner was certainly a part of that as well. He believed that philosophy. Certainly, there were exceptions that you would make in terms of how you allocated your salary cap dollars.
Well, they that's where Andy and Joe, that was the crux of their only because they agreed football wise a lot, but the some of the money issues is where they got into it.
Oh yeah, certainly. I mean, that happens. I mean, I'm sure it's happening right now. Last year was a little different than this year in terms of what you could spend, and I'm sure Howie and Nick are having those discussions, and sometimes they're very difficult discussions.
Yeah. All right. Well, I kind of like, after all, if at the end of the free agent period, if I told you that they're going to bring both their cornerbacks back, I think you got to think that's a win.
Yeah, I mean, look, they came in saying we only had so much money that we could spend. We can't bring all 20 of our free agents back. There is definitely an element of what happened in 2018-19. Let's do this again and roll it over and bring back a number of guys that are on the older side. Over a bunch of younger guys as they parted. So if you look at what they brought in, not only brought in and re-signed in Slay's case versus what they lost in free agency, that's a 3-year gap difference. Now, they're going to get younger through the draft and undrafted free agents as well. But you run the risk. The one that I questioned, and I questioned it last year, was Fletcher Cox. I could see, once you couldn't afford Hargrave, to lose both your starting interior linemen would have been a tough pill to swallow. To me, the bigger issue, and I wrote about this today, is that at this point, you draft a first-round interior defensive lineman, and you draft a third-rounder at that position the year before. Those guys got to step up. So if they're thinking that they're not quite there yet, that to me is a little bit of a concern heading into this season with Jordan Davis and Milton Williams we're talking about specifically.
What was your read on him? Like, what was the read by the coaches on Jordan Davis?
I'll tell you the read I got from just people talking to people in the building. There's no reason why this kid should not be a 3-down defensive lineman, right? And that's why you draft him that high. That's why you trade up for him. There was a little bit of a need-based, decision there in terms of they needed a 2-gap nose tackle for that scheme, and that's kind of still what they have there. But you need to justify expending that much on that position at that spot. He's got to play all 3 downs, right? I'm not saying 100% of the snaps. No one does on the defensive line, but he's got to play all 3 downs to be able to pass rush. He's got to be able to push that pocket. That's what he has to do, and he's not quite there yet. And you saw it was weird. I mean, he did the nose tackle job before he got hurt, and then after that, I think it affected him a little bit. And then they brought in Linval Joseph, and then he kind of took a back seat, and then they started moving him around a little bit. It was almost like they're preparing for the future. And then once the playoffs came around, they moved back down nose tackle spot. So, I think he's got to get stronger. He's a big kid. He's got the athleticism. He's got to get stronger. He's got to put more muscle on, from what I understand. And, if there's a question, that was obviously one that we heard about in college, about the conditioning thing. And then, is he going to have that fire? Is he going to have that fire? I'm not saying he doesn't, but these were questions that were coming. These were questions that were being asked about him by teams that didn't end up drafting him at that spot heading into the draft. But again, there's no reason to think that he can't be worth that pick based on the athletic ability and the size.
All right. Yeah, I mean that's to me that's the key of everything. What do you think of Desai? Like, have you gotten a chance to kind of sit down with him, talk to him? I know he's been in the building.
Yeah, no, we haven't really met those guys yet. No press conference and really no opportunity to meet with him yet. They still have to officially sign a defensive backs coach. So I think that's what they're waiting for. I heard really good things about him. He's a really sharp guy. Obviously, some local roots, haven't been to Temple. Just 1 year of the defensive coordinator under his belt, but they had a solid year. And really, honestly, it was in Seattle. They took a lot of his scheme philosophies. Pete Carroll did, and this is Pete Carroll. This is cover 3, 4-3 under front. I mean, this is what he had done. This is what he did for many years. And for many years, other teams were basically copying what Pete had done. And then all of a sudden, Pete was like, "Oh, okay, I kind of like this Vic Fangio thing," and he was adapting to what Desai was definitely implementing some of what they did schematically in Seattle last year. They liked what he had done. They didn't want him to leave, certainly. And I think maybe they had him lined up to, in case things didn't work out with the other defensive coordinator, to slide him into that spot. So he's thought of highly around the league now, but he's only got 1 year play calling under his belt, and he's got to come in here and come in with basically not a full deck, not the deck that Jonathan Gannon was handed last year. He's now lost 5 defensive starters. You got to. So he's going to have to, work with a new set of players, but sometimes that's good when you got a new defensive coordinator coming in.
I like it. All right, real quick, last thing. So I'm doing Field of 64 sports food. If I would have told you popcorn chicken versus pigs in a blanket, who would advance?
Popcorn chicken? I've never had that. So I got to go pigs in the blanket.
Pigs in the blanket, Judas.
It's already over. Popcorn chicken won 18 people ago.
You're out.
You can't all of a sudden have a different result because Jeff McClain comes on 8 minutes after the final buzzer.
He's right. Jeff McClain is right about everything.
Jeff, the game ended hours ago. It's delicious.
Popcorn chicken.
Are you ready? I'll give you another one. Mozzarella sticks versus calamari.
Oh, that's a tough one.
That's a 413 seed.
I'm going with Mott sticks because, we're talking sports food, right? So
yes.
I'm not going to fancy it up with the calamari. So let's go Mott sticks.
I would agree with that. All right. Great job. Great job as always. I trust you on everything. Thank you, Jeff.
I trust you. Thank you.
See you, buddy. Jeff McClain, Inquire.com on the Comcast Business Hotline. Speaking of sports food, I told you the Hoagies region, that's a 1 seed. And don't forget, Primo Hoagie celebrating 100. 100. And in honor of their 100th location, Primo is inviting local heroes and the community to their headquarters in Westville, New Jersey today, 12 to 2, for a celebratory 100-foot hoagie cutting and free lunch. That's right, Westville, New Jersey, 12 to 2. Head on over there. The 100-foot hoagie. Way.
Dude, 100-foot hoagie?
Yeah, dude.
100 feet of Primo?
100 feet of Primo.
Dude.
That is a dude. That is a dude. All right. We got 610-632-0975. Couple open lines. You can grab them. As talking bird, a lot of good birds talk, man. A lot of good football talk today. We'll get back to the Sixers. We got our fun stuff. Everything's happening right here. Bryce is back. Good news on Bryce. Maybe early June, like we thought. Looks like a reality. Assuming nothing goes wrong. Let me tell you about Golden Nugget Jewelers. That's my guys over there where Philly gets engaged. The other corner of 8th and Chestnut is Golden Nugget Jewelers. Now, here's the deal with Golden Nugget Jewelers. Like, this springtime is a good engagement time. Like, it's a romantic time. And if you met that beautiful woman of your dreams and you're thinking about getting engaged, go see my man Yaron right on 8th and Chestnut in the heart of Jewelers Row. He's got everything for you. He's got the greatest selection of certified diamonds. He's got incredible settings like Decor, Viraggio, the designers. All right, he'll put together a beautiful engagement ring. He's got terrific financing options so you can make sure you get the best ring that's going to go knock her socks off, and it's going to be a great experience. I've sent scores of men over there, all right? So all my boys have gone over there, and they've got incredible rings. Check it out. Golden Nugget Jewelry, corner of 8th and Chestnut. It's springtime. You're thinking about getting engaged. I know you are. Go to goldennuggetjewelry.com. That's goldennuggetjewelry.com. Golden Nugget Jewelers, where Philly gets engaged.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Offseason continues. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by SleepHealthyPA.com. Do you snore? Maybe you think you have sleep apnea. Check out SleepHealthyPA.com. Finally, a sleep solution you've been looking for. That's SleepHealthyPA.com. The NFL offseason continues. The Eagles sign another player today. Linebacker Nicholas Moreau, a one-year deal. He's with the Chicago Bears. Of course, Sean Desai, the new defensive coordinator with the Philadelphia Eagles. We know that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is no longer with the Eagles, signed with the Detroit Lions, and he continues to delete tweets like today how Eagles fans called him overrated. I don't think that was true whatsoever. Sixers, they lose in overtime to the Bulls yesterday, 109-105, double overtime. They're off today, and they take on the Bulls again tomorrow, this time in Chicago. Flyers in action tonight. You can listen live right here on The Fanatic. And today is the championship game of the World Baseball Classic. Team USA will take on Team Japan. This update is also brought to you by Total Wine & More. Find what you love at Total Wine & More. So many bottles to choose from at the lowest price. It's easy to find your favorite. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. B21. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic. game day snack. But I do have a lot of love for the fried rav.
Okay. All right. You're making me want to. I can't imagine it. First of all, the breading on the pasta that doesn't sound good. That sounds too much. That you bread the ravioli?
Yeah, man. It's not. I'll be honest. It's not bad. It's not a bad item.
Know. Is it like the ricotta inside?
Yeah,
or no?
yeah. Dustin brought up the Wawa, and I've had the Wawa fried ravioli. But like, if you're going to a restaurant, you know what I mean, where you're getting a little bit more out of it. It's not a bad item.
All right.
It's more of an appetizer. Like I said, they give you like 3 or 4.
Is that it? All right, I got it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
All right, let's go to where my man Greg. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Gregory.
Yo, what's up, cuz? What's up, Tunis?
What's up, Greg?
Listen, man, I was at the game last night, and we're not going to make it if Harden keeps playing the way he was yesterday. It was like he was scared to shoot the ball. He didn't shoot the ball. He had so many turnovers.
Yeah, he was just horrible. I mean, shot 2 for 14. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was, oh, my God, every time down the court, my man, he was trying to do some kind of crazy pass and turnover after turnover after turnover. And, yeah, that's crazy. And mozzarella sticks.
But real quick, before you get to that. Like, and you're right. Now, this was his first really bad game.
Yeah,
so, are you worried? Like, it's funny because he worries me more than anybody. But he's been playing terrific ball.
Right. The thing is, at warm-ups, he was hitting shots and everything like that. But when it came game time, it was like he passed every time. He did not.
Yeah.
Shoot. And I sat there and I said to my wife, I'm like, it looks like he's not into the game today. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, he has those weird moments. How about he's the only starter who is a minus? He was a minus 11 in the game.
That's crazy, man. I didn't know. I don't know if we should be worried or whatever. But it wasn't like he was hurt or anything. It was just.
I mean, but listen, like it's one bad game. See, like you can't overreact to one game. It's one game.
Right.
That's my point. We talked about it early in the show. Is he's been so good that you go, all right. Well, I mean, you're gonna have a bad game. The only thing with him is he's so vital that like his bad game can't be horrendous. Like Joe could play poorly, but still give you a ton. He's got to play when he has a bad game or a bad shooting day. He's got to be into the game and not turn the ball over. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Joel was awesome. Even Maxey was great.
Yeah,
Maxey was great in the game.
Yep.
But that was a horrible game from Harden. And mozzarella stick for the win.
So you go Mott sticks.
Sticks.
All right, let me give you another one. All right. Let me give you from the Hoagie region.
Mm-hmm.
The 5-seed pizza roll versus the 12-seed pizza fries.
Pizza fries.
Oh, pizza roll.
Pizza fries.
Wow. All right. The upset. Pizza fries in the Hoagie region.
How about that?
Knocking off the pizza roll. I thought the pizza roll would move on there.
I love a pizza roll, but I'll respect the caller.
Yeah, I agree. I no arguments. The pizza fry moves on. Wow.
Now, I got to tell you this. So our man Bradley from Zahav, so he actually knows a thing or two about food.
Yes.
There's a brewery in my old neck of the woods, the Wissahickon Brewing Company, and I'll give a yo to them. They have a food truck there today called the Molto Bene Ravioli Company, to which Bradley says their fried raviolis are, and he texted 3 fire emojis.
Wow, really? I trust
Bradley, and he says
Bradley,
that they have
too.
the actual filling, too.
But the real ricotta. All right. What goes with it? You said a dipping?
Yeah, just your typical marinara sauce. Yeah.
What's the difference between a pierogi? Is it the potato, just the filling then, right? Because it's still the pasta type of.
Yeah, I would go the
when
filling.
when you pan
it's
fry
literally
it.
a ravioli, but now fried.
Right.
Like if you made homemade ravioli and then you deep fried it.
Yeah,
boom.
I do. We do the homemade ravs here in the house.
There you go.
We do that. My grandmother used to do it. She would make the 1 pound ravioli, like the raviolo, which is the monster ravioli. She would do the big ones. Like you could only eat 2 or 3 of them. Like they were monsters, her raviolis. The homemade ones. All right, lots to do. 610-632-0975. 632-0975 is how you reach us. Cuz Radio with the Tunis. Hey, boys, listen, I got something for you right now. If you're in your 40s and you go, oh, man, not the same, right? You reach 40, you feel not the same. In my case, I hit 50, I go, oh, man. Well, as we age, our testosterone levels decrease, right? Which really affects our overall wellness. Now, this is where I want to tell you about Forever Young Anti-Aging Clinic. I'm really excited about checking them out. So this is really cool. So with the testosterone, we have less energy, we have a lower libido, we have a few extra pounds, right? Something's not right. And now the answer is Forever Young in Center City, right on 12th and Walnut. 4, it's the number 4, Ever Young, uses the latest science in bioidentical testosterone replacement and other wellness treatments to help feel like you did in your 20s. Their approach is perfectly tailored to your particular needs. Their medical team uses every resource modern technology offers to help you make you feel better, look better, and really enjoy your life to the fullest, man. I'm checking them out. In fact, Friday, they have a happy hour, 4 to 8, 12th and Chestnut, where they'll tell you all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. It's a grand opening party, happy hour, Center City, 4 to 8, 12th and Chestnut. And again, you can check them out for absolutely free initial consultation. You can also do consults online, all right, all for free. Visit their website. It's the number 4, foreveryoungphilly.com. That's foreveryoungphilly.com. You can call them 215-918-4429. That's 215-918-4429. Look your best, feel your best, and stay forever young.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Sixers fall in double OT. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Total Wine & More. Find out what you love at Total Wine & More. So many bottles to choose from at the lowest price. It's easy to find your favorite spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. Be 21. The Sixers fall in double overtime last night to the Chicago Bulls. Sixers the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. They are half a game back of the Boston Celtics, who, of course, sit second. The Sixers are off tonight. They're back tomorrow, and they take on the Bulls again, this time in Chicago. Eagles offseason continues. They signed linebacker Nicholas Moreau to a 1-year deal. Moreau played for the Chicago Bears, so, of course, he knows the Sean Desai system, the new defensive coordinator for the Eagles. World Baseball Classic Championship game is tonight. Team USA will take on Team Japan. Flyers in action tonight against the Panthers. You can listen live right here on The Fanatic. Keep it locked in The Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Media Group Station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, as you can well imagine, the biggest takeaway is not a down game by Harden or Eagles free agency or the rumor of Bijan Robinson in the draft, because Bijan Robinson is taking a visit to Philadelphia. And yeah, I'd still be surprised if the Eagles took Bijan Robinson in the late first round, depending on how it all played out. But he's a terrific running back. I mean, I love the kid. Love the kid. And I actually would think about it. And I'm one where I subscribe to the theory of, getting my backs in the third round, fourth round. But Bijan Robinson is a hell of a talent. All right? Did not have great quarterback play at Texas. He's a hell of a running back. And with this team, he makes a ton of sense. The fact that they get both their corners and return both their corners, I mean, you're handing the ball to Bijan Robinson? Listen, that's a Super Bowl offense, a great offense. A.J. Brown, Devontae, Goddard behind that line, and Bijan Robinson. I mean, that's a great lineup. I'm sorry. It's a great offense.
Yeah,
it would be great. About that,
it'd be a lot of fun. Kind of reminds you of the Austin Eckler thing, and you go, "Wow, could you imagine if they had Austin Eckler?" But
even better because he's young,
and it's a rookie deal, right?
So you're not paying him,
right? Exactly. Right. And then you got him for 4 years, and then you see what happens 4 years later. But it's kind of like the when we had the Tobias Harris conversation a few weeks ago. I agree with you. It's just not going to happen. Tobias Harris going to the bench, right? I agree with you that Bijan Robinson would be a lot of fun in this offense, and we've seen offense. It's no longer defense wins championships, right? And the Eagles' offensive line is still intact for another year. But that's not what the Eagles do.
Well, it's not what anybody does, team building wise.
Yeah.
Unless you're stupid and you take Saquon Barkley,
right?
Which is you never.
Well, I mean, late first round. I didn't even see the Eagles doing it then.
Well, they don't. They don't. They don't take running backs in the first. I wouldn't either. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't either. My only point is I would think about, now, again, I don't know how the board's going to go and everything else. We're just talking. But if we're talking and all of a sudden I'm sitting there and it's late first round and I either trade back or finagle something and I got Bijan Robinson staring me in the face, I may do it. He's a great kid. He's a great talent. And I got a 4-year running back that, listen, at some point, you got to take one.
Who, by the way, a 4-year running back.
Gainwell's not a volume carrier.
Right. And it's a 4-year running back who's not getting 25 carries because you got, the RPO, RPR with Jalen Hurts, too.
Yeah, but I got know what you're saying. I don't want to go heavy with that anymore. I don't. There are times when he'll have to run, but I don't want to run him into the ground, man. I don't need him hurt.
Right, but I'm not even saying him running the traditional RPO, right? And he's going to see A.J. Brown and Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith.
Hurts.
Yeah, as they should. They should try to do that. But Bijan Robinson, he's your lead back. He's probably averaging 17 carries a game. Not 25.
30.
Yeah.
You got an array of backs, too. You got Penny, right? You got Gainwell.
And, of course, you got Boston Scott back for another year.
What was the line about Boston Scott?
Who is Boston Scott?
Who is Boston Scott? All right.
By the way, the biggest thing actually isn't even anything that you just mentioned. The biggest thing is the bracket right now.
Yeah.
And we have somebody that's very upset on social media.
So hit me up.
Catch some 20 on Twitter. You guys are killing the fun of the bracket. Asking a caller and reversing the answer because you don't like it. Upsets happen. Let the choices ride. Popcorn upset by caller, and the refs got involved and overturned the outcome. The fix was in.
He's right. When he's right, he's right. I got to tell you. Yes, I will. and when it comes to justice, I will make popcorn chicken move on over pigs in a blanket because he's right.
After further review?
Violated the rules because I asked Damon, and just because I didn't like what Damon said, I just threw it back to Jeff McClain, and it really was an accident, to be honest with you. And then it started the whole thing again. Damon chose popcorn chicken. Therefore, popcorn chicken should move on.
So the chicken moves on.
Yeah.
Look.
You can't say I'm not fair.
No, I can't say that.
And look,
although there were a couple people shocked by the committee going garlic not 16th seed.
Oh, no. That's one thing that I will not be strong-armed in. The garlic knot
on Selection
is
Sunday.
trash.
Selection Sunday, when they popped up as a 16th seed, it was trending on Twitter.
Yeah, it's trash. I'm telling you right off the bat. And I put it on 16 on purpose.
Wow.
There were 15. There were other seeds. I mean, other items that I purposely put higher than the garlic knot, which is a trash item. It's just empty carbs, bad taste by chain pizza joints that should be outlawed. I am anti the knot.
Didn't realize the committee was a dictatorship.
Well,
Zarkaz.
Hey, when it comes to pizza, Zarkaz is it. All right.
Catch Some has already responded with a happy face emoji. So
all right, Catch Some. That's good for you, man.
He's happy. That's good job. That's good job by Catch Some.
No, listen, and I'm about that. Like again, he's right.
He let his voice be heard.
Yeah, and he's right. Listen, when you're right, you're right. Now the pizza fry, we didn't argue pizza fry over pizza roll, even though I would have went pizza roll.
I would have gone pizza roll too. But then again, the pizza fries are also delicious.
Yes, they are.
I can't look. I'm not going to complain. You put a thing of pizza fries in front of me in the little tin container.
Yes.
I mean, I'm devouring that.
So Tommy says garlic knots are only good for one thing: feeding the birds.
Wow.
Tommy's right on, as usual. Matt, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Matty.
Looks like he dropped.
Jason, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Jace.
Hey, Todd, how are you, bud?
What's up, Jace? What's happening, buddy?
All right, I want to talk about the birds,
Yes.
And how we trust, everybody relax. I don't think there's anything to worry about. You know what I mean? And
yep.
Talk about the Sixers too. Hey, they just won 8 in a row. You know what I mean? Now they lost the game last night, what they should have won. But everybody relax. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be okay.
Well, listen, I hear you, and again, I think you're right. The thing about last night's game, it's just because of the schedule, it was tough. It was just tough because you got now you got to go to Chicago, you got to play the Bulls again on the road, and then you got to go to Golden State, tough at home, Phoenix, and then Denver. And what I really want, I just want that 2 seed bad, Jason. I got to have the home court against Boston.
Me too, yeah. Are you saying that it was a scheduled loss?
No, I'm saying it was I'm saying I'm mad they lost again.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I know. Doc says that it might have been a scheduled loss.
That wasn't a scheduled loss last night. No.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you.
He dropped.
We dropped.
Yeah, he
dropped. All right, Chase, you got it. I'll give you one in a moment. Let me go to Jeff though. Jeff, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Hello, Jeff.
Hey, Coach.
How are you, buddy?
Good. We met at Chicky and Peach about a month ago. I'm sorry, before Christmas.
Okay.
I'm the one that my brother taught your wife in school.
Oh, yes, sure. She remembered him, too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does she? Okay.
Yeah. We talked about it.
I had lunch with him and my oldest brother about a month and a half ago, and I told him the story about what happened, and he laughed.
Oh, that's good.
Tell you and your wife to say hi.
Ah, it's nice. So what do we got there, buddy?
The Phillies, man. I cannot wait for the Phillies.
I know.
So
let me ask you, you're pumped up for the Fightins. Are you in on the World Baseball Classic tonight?
Yeah.
USA,
Japan?
Japan?
Yeah, I've been watching. Trey, oh, my God. Trey over the weekend was incredible.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, man.
I know.
He is
America's shortstop.
Oh, I'm just so psyched, man. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm looking forward to it. And the best news, Dombrowski today says that Bryce will not go on the 60-day DL and that, there's a chance he could be back. I mean, I was told like June, and now I think it's going to be early June.
Well, I hope he comes back on my birthday, June 24th.
Yeah, I think maybe even before that, buddy.
Oh, that's
maybe even
better.
before it. Yeah.
Great. I can't wait.
All right, let me give you a game. Let me give you a game. Here you go. Classic popcorn versus cheese popcorn, the 8-9. Classic popcorn moves on. You got it, buddy. You agree with that?
Yeah, I love a smart food. That's like a go-to for me at the vending machine.
Well, it's
here.
also good at sports food.
Yeah, but I go, Christy and I had a bowl of popcorn last night.
Yes.
It's easy to just sit back, enjoy the popcorn. The dog likes the popcorn. You throw her a piece every once in a while. It's nice.
Yeah, I you would agree with that. I mean, to me, I thought that was, I wanted to hit it together, the two popcorns. So the classic popcorn moves on to face the cheesesteak.
Yeah.
So that will die.
Yeah, I think the cheesesteak will move on. You could probably just pencil that in now.
Yeah, well, listen, we gotta let's at least get to the Sweet 16.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Next month.
Oh, that's fabulous, man.
We're moving pretty good. We picked up steam.
Yeah, we did.
We got through 3 games in the first 2 hours.
I know. Nikki, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Nikki.
Gentlemen, how we doing?
What's up, Nikki? What are you doing, buddy?
Oh, not much, man. Not much. Beautiful. Let me just say something. Beautiful day. Actually.
Yeah, it's got that spring feel to it.
Yeah, windows down in the house when I left. That's when I left, so it's definitely doing well. Before I, that's a good point by that tweeter that we have personal choices and biases, but we don't want to act like the Super Bowl refs.
Yes, yes, and I didn't want to be a dictator, and I was being out of line, so we rescinded it, went by the rules.
Good call. Yeah, no, it was. Listen, you guys, I respect, because sometimes we get hard-headed. I know I get hard-headed.
Yeah, well, that's the Calabrese in you.
Yeah, Calabrese. Yeah, I'm gonna get hard-headed on my call in a second.
Yes.
But listen, I even hate to bring this up, but it's my point to bring this up. But my thing is, like when we use the term blackball, like are we talking like Tommy? Yeah, dogs walking around. Like Tommy Smith, John Carlos Kaepernick, like that never ever got a penny for the rest of their lives.
Right.
Or are we talking like, hey, I'm getting $8 million. I think I deserve 12.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's the problem is that they cry. Right. Like a lot of guys today want to cry, and they throw stuff out that they don't even know what the deal is.
Right. There's people that
you don't even know the definition. Like people have gotten blackballed in this world.
Well, listen,
and that means you don't work.
Yes. Right, where you're an outcast. Could you picture being an outcast in America?
Right,
that's what these people were.
Yeah,
whether it was Hollywood or sports athletes.
Yes.
So, and I'm going to be a Calabrese head cretin. I apologize about this. Come on. I know it's one game, and you brought up a good point. Like you want the second seed. It's hard to get the second seed when you lose the front end of a home and home, and you're home, you're the better team. And I understand Harden went 1 for 9,700. I get all that. But I needed the coach to do a little bit more the last 3 or 4 possessions in the first and before the end of the game. And I just felt like he could have helped the team.
Really?
And that's why yesterday when people were like, I'm not going to be hard on Doc, but I need Doc. I need playoff Doc to show up. And I don't mean
So what would you have done? I'm curious. What would you have done in the waning moments that you think? Because I thought Hart. Listen, he's been great, so I don't want to kill him for one game. He was just bad last night. He was actually horrendous last night.
Right.
But that's just one game. I came that loss on him.
Yeah, and like my coach is always. This one coach I had. He said, "I'm not going to rip you for physical errors. Like if you boot a ground ball, I'm not going to give you a hard time because it happens. It happens. It's Alec Boehm at third base, so it's going to happen in the league. But I can't have you throwing to second base or behind second base if you're in right field and you should be thrown to the cutoff at third. At the shortstop. And I just felt like feel like there were some empty possessions, and he's got to understand that Harden's struggling, and it's like that's. So he's got to figure out, what am I going to do? How am I going to use Harden as an asset that he's struggling, but still have him participate in a positive way on the next 2 or 3 possessions?
I mean, that's hard. I'll be honest with you. Usually I'm with you 100%, but, this is James Harden. This is not a young player. This is a veteran player that you go, let's go.
Listen, Steph has, every once in a while, Steph, especially if he goes on the road, Steph, can't get the basketball in the golf cup. So, even your best shooters go cold, and it's a coach's spot to go, he goes cold. I might lose this game, but when you got the number 1 player in the league dropping 38 and doing his thing, and Maxey showing up a little bit, and Tobias.
Yeah, I didn't see any errors last night. What I mean? Listen, normally, rotation and stuff like that. I didn't see anything down the stretch that I went, oh, dude, what are you doing?
All right. Can I get a plan?
I don't know. I mean, listen. Well, we'll go back and rewatch. All right, I got to give you a couple things. All right.
Yeah.
The 4-13.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Chicken fingers versus the charcuterie board.
Come on, man. Put it this way. 9 times out of 10, I'm going charcuterie. Okay, 9 times out of 10. But if it's baseball Sunday at 1 p.m., if it's tournament
Just
Sunday,
say
at
it.
3:30.
You know the right answer, Nick.
Come on, Mike.
You know the right answer.
Cheese.
I gotta go. Listen. We always got cut salami and side and cheese on my countertop on Sunday, and me and my wife walk into the kitchen. We grab a cracker.
Stop trying to will him to say it,
Ant, we're an oddball, Ant. Certain times we got to understand this is not our world. We got to just give it up to the chicken thing.
Oh, man. You're listen, I commend you for being an upstanding man.
Chicken finger with a buzzer beater, apparently.
A good American. Nick, it's a good American. I truly was, I felt my only chance at getting the pepperoni and cheese.
Did you save that question?
Was Nick. And I purposely gave him that.
You weren't asking me that one.
No, I was not. You're correct. I was hoping I would get a little, pepperoni and super side love. But, listen. He can't. That was a good move by him. I give him props. All right, we still got one more segment.
I would have been firm to take it down Virginia.
Well, the chicken fingers, let's face it. I mean, it's a little boring, the chicken finger, no?
Well, you don't like sauces. That's your problem.
The chicken finger, I think it's the most overrated.
Ketchup, honey mustard, ranch. Come on, dude.
Yeah, once in a blue moon, but I think it's overrated. But what am I going to say? I'm in the minority. I get it. Hey, I'm not in the minority when it comes to sleeping healthy. And, I don't know. Maybe you're like me sometimes. You wake up, you might snore a little bit. You wake up, you're pumping caffeine, you need your coffee. I got to introduce you to Dr. Andy Cohen. Dr. Andy is a sleep expert, okay? So we talk about caffeine and, you're pumping your body with it and, you're kind of dragging to start the day, then you crash later on. This is all dangerous stuff, all right? That's why you got to meet Dr. Andy, because Dr. Andy voted best of Philly multiple years by his peers. He travels the country lecturing other doctors on the procedures and methods that he's been using for over 10 years. He's a great Philadelphian, right? 4 for 4 guy all the way. He's passionate, board certified in treating sleep disorders like snoring and sleep apnea through a combination of dental appliances and laser therapy. Dr. Andy gives his patients relief, all right? I'm talking relief that you haven't felt in years. Do you forget the CPAP and that sort of thing? Dr. Andy's simple dental appliances could be the answer for you. Find out for yourself, finally, a path to restful and quiet sleep. It's possible. SleepHealthyPA.com. That's Dr. Andy's website. SleepHealthyPA.com. Do it now. Go talk to him, all right? You're going to thank me. Your wife will thank me, all right? And tell Dr. Andy that Cuz sent you.
Fanatic Sports Update.
Sixers fall at Double OT. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by Total Wine & More. Find what you love at Total Wine & More. So many bottles to choose from at the lowest price. It's easy to find your favorite spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. B21. Sixers lost in Double OT yesterday to the Chicago Bulls. Sixers will take on the Bulls again tomorrow night, this time in Chicago. Sixers the third seed in the Eastern Conference, now a half game back of the Boston Celtics. It is the championship game in the World Baseball Classic tonight. Team USA will take on Team Japan. You'll also be able to watch the Flyers and listen live right here on The Fanatic as the Flyers take on the Panthers. Keep it locked here on The Fanatic for all the latest news and information. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this is 97.5 The Fanatic.
Anthony Gargano, weekdays 10 to 2 on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here. And this March,
takes you back to a better time, a simpler time, and that time and place still exists at Corporalese Bakery and Deli since 1924. We're talking 100 years, all right? A century. The Corporalese family's been sharing their family's favorite foods and flavors with their favorite Philadelphians. In fact, the world-famous tomato pie, which is a big-time item, the tomato pie, that is that's on the list. That does make that's in the tournament. The tomato pie. It's a delicious item. It's incredible, right? Just the dusting of the Locatelli cheese. It's the incredible marinara with the Roma tomatoes, the olive oil, the basil. It's the freshness. It's delicious. But that's Corporalese Bakery. All right. They have 3 locations: Norristown, Limerick, and Audubon, where 4 generations of pride go into everything they make, all right, including specialty cakes and stromboli. Take yourself back to a better time at Corporalese Bakery and Deli, where nostalgia isn't just a word, it's an ingredient. Learn more, corporalesebakery.com.
More of the Anthony Gargano Show now
on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Go damn well.
Welcome back. Cubs Radio. Shoot us. Hey, by the way, congrats to Primo Hoagies on their 100th location. Primo Hoagies made fresh, only the highest quality. Thuman meats and cheeses sliced fresh to order, served on Primo's award-winning seeded rolls. Baked fresh every day. So we have we're going to buy you guys lunch. A couple of Primo Hoagie gift cards to give away. So our callers, 2 of our last callers will get the Primo gift cards. So we'll put them on, put you guys in the hat and give it away. Tunis, I might have to add an item.
What's
the
that?
Kebab.
Really?
No good?
I love a kebab. You know that. I'm a big kebabs man. I've sent you photos of the kebabs.
You know what? It was an oversight on my for the committee.
But it's
my man Charlie said, I've heard no one say kebab.
Okay, now let me ask Charlie something. Is Charlie the only guy that's saying, come on over for kebabs to watch the game? Or is Charlie
you can put anything on a stick.
I know. I love a kebab.
And it's got sauce. Like, you're a sauce man.
I love kebabs, but I don't dude, the game's on tonight. You want to come over? I'll grill us up some kebabs.
Well, I mean, listen, if you come in with a kebab,
Hold on,
I'm not turning that down. I gotta have a beef kebab.
Do we have burger on there?
I do, sliders.
Okay, all right. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I even have sliders and a pub burger.
Okay, good.
All right.
I'm nervous for a second.
No. I got so no kebab. Yeah, I was going to add a kebab.
I say no. I'm a big kebabsman.
All right.
I just can't see that as like game day food. Like I didn't see crab cake as one of them. They're coming from the same conference. The crab cake won that conference versus the kebab.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All
By the way, 9 minutes left. The 6th seed Bang Bang Shrimp currently leads in East Rutherford over the fried ravioli. 60% of the vote.
Okay, so let's call it.
Yeah, Bang Bang Shrimp's moving on.
All right, so the Bang Bang Shrimp will move on.
That's closer than what you expected, I would imagine.
That is the 6th seed. The Bang Bang Shrimp moves on to take the Bang Bang. Might be short-lived.
Bang Bang George Niang?
Yeah, Bang Bang. You ready? Takes on the winner. We might as well call it right now. The Stromboli versus Bugles.
Who put Bugles on the list?
Remember one of our callers did.
Oh.
That's a 314.
Ew. Bugles got 14. Hummus got 16. Garlic Knot got 16. And Bugle got 14.
Garlic Knot's trash. That was done on purpose.
And what's Bugle?
Now, the hummus was an oversight.
Bugle, 14 seed.
Yeah,
They must have had a good season.
The Bugle. Yeah,
that's gross.
So you want to move the Bully on?
I think the Bully we have to have a vote
over the Bugle.
Oh no! I thought you already meant because you said Bang Bang short lived. Might have to have a vote.
Well, yeah, no, that's another game. No, that'll be a game.
Right. Yeah, no.
No, I think it's
Bully moves on Bugle. Ew.
Yeah,
my dad is the only person I know that likes Bugles.
I hear you, dude. I hear you on that.
I remember as a kid, I would put them on my fingers and then eat them off.
You're right. People like the Bugle. I don't, get the Bugle, but
who buys Bugles?
Yeah, I don't really dig the Bugle either.
But party, we need some chips.
I was listening to the people. I won't have to tell you.
Who's getting Bugles?
Yeah. Then the other one, and then we'll go to the phone lines. I'll give you this one. You ready? The Doritos.
Oh, you did end up making that a separate option.
Versus the taco dip. 7-10 seed.
See, I like a taco dip, but I'm a Dorito man. It's my favorite chip. I thought that was a chip, but I go Dorito.
No, because a potato chip is not a Dorito.
If you said pick up some chips and I picked up Doritos, would you go, I didn't say Doritos.
No, you're wrong there. So you go Doritos over the taco dip?
Yeah, and I love a taco dip, but I'm going Dorito.
All right. I'll use you for that. All right? All right. Emily said, definitely a Bobsman, but not game day.
Yeah, like I love kebabs, but nobody goes, hey, man, Sixers Bucks tonight. Come on over. I'll grill us some kebabs. Like nobody's saying that.
Yeah. That's the Millie man. Excuse me. I said Emily. Millie. That's my man. All right. Let's get back to the phone lines. We got Stevie. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Stevie.
Hey, guys. How you doing this afternoon?
Hello, Steve.
This is a funny food conversation. I'm out on the chicken fingers. That's for little kids. Kebabs definitely don't get on if you lose the charcuterie board. That's just the way it rolls here. But besides that, Anthony, did you see the Eagles just signed Nick Morrow for the Bears linebacker?
Yes. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Started every game, 11 tackles for a loss. I thought that was a good versatile backer to sign.
I think that's a need, and you got it now, so you move on with him and Dean and see what else you pick up on the line.
Yes.
And I'll tell you something else. The fried raviolis. You fry the raviolis, but you put powdered sugar on them and you eat them like a dessert. That's how my grandmother used to make them. They were fabulous.
Wait a second. Whoa, wait a second.
He fries the ravioli and then dusts it with powdered sugar. Oh, my God. They were fabulous. They were a great.
You know what? That makes actually perfect sense. Because it's almost like the fried dough. Does she have the sweet ricotta inside?
Oh, absolutely, yes. It's a dessert. It's a dessert.
Because the ricotta, you're right, can be either a dessert or savory.
Yep.
When you put the powdered sugar on it, yes.
Yeah, she made the monster ones like you talked about with the rooster tails on top. You could see through her dough. It was so thin and light.
Yes.
Was like hand grenade. Oh,
yes, that was my grandmother made the same kind. No, she didn't do that with the fried, but she made the big hand grenade ravioli. That's a good call by you.
Hey, you got to sometimes.
All right, I got to give you a game. All right. Roast pork / roast beef sandwich versus the pierogi.
The roast beef sandwich. I'm half Polish, but I'm going with the roast beef.
I almost think the roast pork. Now it's roast pork beef, like that pork beef sandwich.
Yeah, you got to have that good pork with good provolone and.
Yeah. No, it's a shame because the pierogi I think was underseeded because that should have been higher.
Yeah.
But it's a strong move by you. And listen, hold on. We'll put you in the running for the lunch, the Primo. That sounds like a good item. The Rav with the powdered sugar, Jonas.
Yeah, that sounds good. I've never thought of it as a dessert item. That sounds good.
It's in like they make. You've had ricotta like pie.
My best friend's mom makes the cookies all the time. They're delicious.
Right. So it's the same theory.
Yeah.
We're getting there. We're actually filling out this bracket a little bit. The next game is we did the boom boom. We got the bang bang shrimp and the bowlie. The next game would be an 8-9 game, dude. The gravy fry versus sushi.
See, oh man, this is a weird matchup.
That's an 8-9 piece.
This is a pick'em game that I don't know which way to play, so I'm gonna stay away. I'm not a big gravy fry guy, but I love sushi. Chrissy and I eat sushi a lot, but game day, I don't.
I know.
Listen, it made it. That might be a poll, man. I can't answer that.
Poll. You want to put it on a poll?
I'll put it on a poll. By the way, our man KM checks it. He gave us a little note to the committee.
What'd you say?
Per Doritos.com. Nacho cheese flavored tortilla chips.
Yeah, but again, chip, it's not a potato chip. Tortilla chips and potato chips are different items. They're different items. That's not even an argument. A tortilla chip and a potato chip are completely different. If I said, bring a bag of chips,
I would bring you a bag of Doritos.
And I would throw you out. I would say, where's my potato chips? If I say, bring me a bag of Doritos.
Bring you a bag of Doritos because you asked for the specific kind. Like the other day when we were in Clearwater. Yeah, you're hobbling around. And I said, I'm going
bring me a bag of chips.
No, you said specifically barbecue.
Well, I said I wanted barbecue chips.
So I got you the bag of barbecue.
Right.
I wasn't going to get you a bag of barbecue Doritos. There's no such thing.
Well, there is barbecue.
Actually, that's right. They started making them. You're right.
Yes.
By the way, a couple other things to check in here. Matt Caddyshack has been very upset with the garlic knot seeding this entire time. He's fuming that Bugle's got a higher seed than the garlic knot.
I would put toenails above garlic knots.
Come on, dude.
I'm telling you right now,
oh my God,
you got no chance. And if you're pro knot, you're anti-cuz.
All right, one more.
All right?
One more.
I is my crusade because the garlic knot is a fugazi item, and it's a fugazi. It's not true garlic bread, and it's just a creation of a chain pizza.
All right, one more thing. This from Sean. He says, skip the kebabs, but did ribs make the bracket? I don't think they did.
Ooh, I might have to add the ribs.
And that's a high seed, but can you add in a high seed this late?
I may have to redo it, yeah.
Because ribs are, dude, that's a good item. Oh, we got
ribs
bugles.
I did not put the ribs in there. So I will have to. There is a spot. I have a couple soft spots.
Okay.
For forgotten items. All right.
So they were the play-in seed.
Right.
The ribs.
Right.
They just had a down year, but good coaching.
No. There's a couple of spots where I can actually put them in.
Now Sam from England's disappointed. No fish and chips in the bracket.
Well, I mean, you got fish sticks. That's fish and chips. He got fish sticks. They were a 16 seed. First of all, I'm kind of an Anglophile. I love stuff from England and stuff like that. But the food is not one of them. The fish the chips are good. They're like legit like steak fries. But the fish they got's horrible. Most part. Right or wrong.
Yeah, the fish stick's disgusting.
Millie says ribs are a 5 seed, no higher.
Yeah, ribs are, dude, we missed one there. Because we talked about it all day Friday, and none of us thought of ribs.
Yeah.
Rib with the side of fries.
Now, here's the other thing. Bradley, who I love, we're beefing over the Frito. He said, so Fritos are not chips. Fritos are not chips. Fritos are Fritos. Plus, they're made of corn. That's a corn chip It's not a chip. Come on. If you go, give me Fritos, you know what you're asking for Fritos.
Yeah, but let me ask you something.
Man, they're not chips.
You wouldn't make them the same, under the same umbrella as the same seed?
No, because potato chips are greater than Fritos.
I've seen you eat Fritos here.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't eat them.
You've gone to the vending machine and have picked a Frito over a chip?
No, because it's the bad chips. They don't have hers in the vending machine.
Ah, that's a good point.
They got the fake Lay's. I hate Lay's. I'm anti-Lay.
Lay's are a good item. I think I got you Lay's at the in Florida because that's all they had.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't want to say nothing. I didn't eat them.
What am I going to do? You ate them. Don't tell me you didn't eat them.
I didn't because I don't like Lay's.
You're ridiculous.
I'm sorry. Listen, I appreciate it. I drank the Heinekens you got me.
That's good.
I was in my room while you were out partying. I was in my room, lonely sad sack, with my torn Achilles, drinking my Heineken, watching Succession on my phone.
By the way, our man Brendan checks in. He says take the over in the sushi and gravy fry matchup.
That's a strong item.
Yeah,
that is a good game.
There's no defense in that one.
Yes,
they're both happy to be there.
Now I've gotten people asking me, including my boys from the Gourmet Egg Roll Company. He said, "Did the egg roll make the tournament, or we in the NIT?" And I of Joe, of course you made the tournament. The egg roll is. I'll give you a little bit of a preview. I made the egg roll because I love cheesesteak egg rolls. I made them a 4 seed. So the egg roll is in it. I'm a big fan of the egg roll. How about you?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
Because you could do the cheesesteak egg roll. You could do the buffalo chicken because you like that.
I do like that.
Or you could do the classic Chinese egg roll.
Yes, you can.
Which I love. There's many different kinds of great. The egg roll is a great item. And that's a better casing. Would you agree? Strong casing?
I love a casing. Good casing, yeah.
Oh, we're stupid. Wow, Sec says, no way that the Bang Bang Shrimp should lose to the fried egg raviolis.
Well, it didn't. The Bang Bang Shrimp won. 60-40.
No, he's saying that the fried ravioli should win.
Oh, is that right? Wow.
Yeah, nah. No, that was the roll, All right, where we got here? Tad, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Hello, Tad.
Hey, can you hear me?
I got you, buddy.
Okay, I'm in the car. This is the first time I ever called, so
welcome.
I just wanted to make sure I had you guys.
Welcome, brother.
Yeah, so I was driving along up from Kennett Square up through Jersey, and you told me that Primo's was having their celebration. They got about 90 feet of hoagie left down there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so
how about that? Isn't that awesome? 100 stores, buddy.
Yeah, but as far as that goes, it was not that many people there, but I guess maybe the latecomers. Maybe they'll keep it open a little bit later for.
Well, no, this is in Westfield, New Jersey. Is that where you're at?
That's where it was. They got the 100-foot hoagie there.
You're right.
Yeah, but as far as the chips go, I usually side with you, but I think Trunis has got something with the Doritos. But
So let me ask you a question. So what's your deal? Are you married? You got buddies? What's your story?
What's your deal?
No. I just want to find.
I'm married. I got 3 kids.
Okay.
I'm dangerously close to 50.
Okay, so all right. So here's the deal. You're at the ShopRite, okay?
Right. Okay.
and your wife you're going to do a thing with the kids. You're going to watch the game, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, go pick up chips and snacks. And you go, all right, well, what kind of snacks you want? She's going to say Doritos, is she not?
She might.
Yeah, she's going to say potato chips.
See, my kids are off the rails, though. Like, my 12-year-old eats nothing but Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Okay.
Strong item.
Listen, I appreciate the Flamin' Hot. I mean, I think that's good. But my point, like, my Anthony likes the Dorito. He's a Dorito man. So he'll go, Daddy, get me Doritos. And Massimo is a potato chip man. He says, get me the salt and vinegar potato chips.
Yeah. You make a legit point.
You know, fair's fair.
Yeah, it is. Hey,
It is what it is.
On a sports note.
Yes, sir.
I watch a fair amount. I'm a 4-for-4 guy, but like the Flyers kind of fell off for me in the strike year, like when they stopped a lot of the fighting. But as far as the basketball goes, Joel Embiid's got to be the most dynamic guy in the NBA. I've gone to games in other towns. Like I saw a Cleveland game with Jokic and Donovan Mitchell, and those guys are not as exciting to watch as Embiid is. Is he going to get the MVP?
He deserves it. He better. He should. He's now overtaken Jokic. Listen, I'm with you, Tad, all day long. He's an incredible. Like, we've gotten to see him elevate his game. He's playing different basketball. It's even better than he played last year. He's just playing such great ball. He's so dynamic, and he's steady, man. Like you said it. I mean, every night you pencil him in for 30-plus and whatever you need on the glass or blocking shots or whatever. I mean, he's just giving it to you.
Yeah, I mean, he's so dynamic. Like, I watch some of these games and I'm bored because Embiid's not in the game.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I'm so with you. I think you're spot on. Great call. You make sure you call again, buddy. Hold on. We'll put you in the running for the Primos. Let me get my man Sly. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Sly.
Hey, what's up, my man?
What's up, Sly?
Long time.
My main man.
No, what's happening? How your boys and everybody? You guys good?
They're doing good. Yeah. Thanks, brother. They're doing good. Monster's got baseball season now. Ant's going to be lifting for football.
Okay. Well, look. Well, I just got 2 new grandbabies, man, in the last months, man. So, you know what I mean?
Congratulations.
It's all boys in the family, man. It's crazy.
Well, I met your son, man. God bless. God bless, my brother.
Yeah. It was my birthday last Saturday, so they was all over the house. It was good, man. Yeah. But,
I bet you would be a great grandpa. Like, I could see you being a cool pop-pop.
Yes, I am. I'm a spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, the thing I wanted to talk about, Ant, was the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson thing and what some of these guys are. It's like, realistically, most of the time what it's about is guys looking at in other guys' pockets. You know what I mean? It's like in sports, like if you are a professional athlete, you hit the athletic lottery, and sometimes guys hit the situational athletic lottery. And this is what I mean. Deshaun Watson hit the situational lottery. He just happened to be out there when one team was desperate enough to want to sign him. They wanted a quarterback so much that they overpaid for him. And then you'll have somebody like Lamar Jackson like, if he got that, then I'm worth this. But you're not worth that to every organization that's out there. He just had, Deshaun Watson just happened to get lucky in that time when they needed it. It's just like for us. Tobias Harris hit the situational athletic lottery. He he got paid about $60 million more than he should have, but when they lost Jimmy Butler, they was like, well, we can't afford to lose him, so you paying these guys more than basically what they're worth. But then if you get a guy that looks at that's a two-time All-Star and say, look, if Tobias Harris got that, then I must be worth this.
Yes.
Where these guys don't understand. It's like, no, those guys just happen to be at the right place at the right time.
I mean, that's part of life, right? I mean,
that's all it is.
It's all. Listen, like they always say, life's all timing, right? Like you gotta get lucky. Listen, in another life, I would have been a successful movie maker, but now, unfortunately, no luck.
It ain't that you don't have talent or anything, but if you're in the right place at the right time, say you in Hollywood at the right place, at the right script,
right?
Your career takes off. It ain't even that you're less talented than the other person. They're just in that situation, but if you constantly looking at that person like, hey, I forgot who the safety was that got paid a lot, but Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is like, well, I have 6 interceptions. If he got paid this, I should get paid at least close to that, but you're not in that situation.
I know. No, I would. And he's a crybaby. I mean, listen, I like the kid, so I don't want to be a hypocrite because I like the kid, and I wanted him back. But he's a wah. He's a baby.
I can't stand that because realistically, it ain't like you starving. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're going to get something. You just can't look at that other man's thing. If I see somebody driving Mercedes and I'm driving a Nissan, so what? We both getting to the same place at the same time. It's just that person.
Amen.
Have a different situation than I have. It's not that they better. It's different at that time.
Yeah, you spot on, man. Spot on, my brother. Listen, do me a favor. Hold on. I want to put you in the running for the Primos for the gift card. That's spot on. All right. Uncle Frank. Yo, Uncle Frank.
Yo, happy Tuesday, squad.
Happy Tuesday, Uncle Frank.
Guys watching your sports app, Andrew? Did you guys hear? Did you hear the refs, after conversing, have ruled the shot clock had run out prior to the buzzer beater? That's Andrew. Come out of that. The charcuterie board is a quality item.
It is a quality item.
Yeah, I was hoping. I was trying to sneak that one through a little bit.
Who's saying, yo, let's go to the bar, watch the game, we'll order a charcuterie board?
Yeah.
Nobody's doing that. Look, I'll be honest. I have meats and cheese at my house.
No,
I
but
do
it's
the meats and
pepperoni and
cheese.
cheese.
I know. I do it at my house, but nobody's going to the bar getting a charcuterie board.
No, but it's not just a bar. You're watching a game. It's just part of the game. Like, you never eat. People eat pepperoni and cheese while you're watching the game.
You take charcuterie out of it. You're eating Italian meat sliced up.
If I just said pepperoni and cheese and not even said anything about charcuterie or Italian meat,
chicken
or any of
finger
that
would
stuff,
still get the nod for a lot of people.
I'm not saying that it would not. I mean, listen, I made the chicken finger a higher seed.
Yeah, but look at their strength of schedule.
Yeah, I think it's an empty high seed. Like, I think it's
Arizona.
Yeah, good call.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Wow. I love the tomfoolery, guys. Hey, listen, give me the tourney jingle. Let's go bracket. Give me a bracket.
Oh, all right. I'm going to give you the gravy fries versus sushi.
And what seeds were these again? It was 8-9, right?
8-9.
Oh, my God. I don't like either.
The sushi versus the gravy fry.
The sushi's great, but you don't eat a sushi watching it. I don't do gravy. Sushi, I guess.
So you go sushi advancing?
Yeah, I'm not strong about it. But, hey.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of the gravy fry either.
No, you talking
Some
about
people love the gravy fry. I'm not. To me, I have 4 different kinds of fries in this tournament. The pizza fry, the crab fry, the cheese fry, And the gravy fry, I think the gravy fry is the weakest of the group.
And Andrew, if you ask for a bag of chips, it's potato chips. Anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah, but as Luis says, nobody says potato chips. I know Anthony does. But people
like
say chips.
Yeah, but they mean nobody calls Doritos chips.
No.
They say, give me Doritos.
Right. You go by the nick, yes. But, Andrew, did you make the buff chick dip for Anthony?
I did not. Anthony's at home, so that would defeat the purpose of bringing it in.
That's a good point. Good point.
Plus, I didn't realize that like having a day off these days is not really having a day off because I'm just following Coop around.
You got no shot.
Yeah, no, there's no days off anymore.
I totally get it.
I told Anthony this morning I worked harder yesterday.
Yes. Listen, the NFLPA should not permit their players to go on social media. I mean, most of the time, these guys, they did dig themselves into an abyss just with their emotional, what they're throwing out there. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Anyway,
listen, it's kind of really where we are modern day. Not all, but, you get a lot of it, at least with CJ. I mean, he was an emotional cat. And I think it hurt him ultimately.
So we got a great tweet from Nick because I put out the poll earlier about the gravy fries versus sushi, and he goes, "If someone says come over for sushi and watch the game, I'm smacking the ass out of them." Which, by the way, the gravy fry early lead, not early lead, 54% to 46%. So I think that'll end up winning, but we'll let you know.
Well, Uncle Frank said the sushi.
The poll was up before the Frank call.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. Listen, everybody, we'll get more to chicanery going on. We love you guys. Stay tuned. The best show ever coming your way next. Enjoy the World Baseball Classic. Watch it tonight, okay? And we'll see you in the morning.
A double OT.
Fanatic Sports Update.
A double OT loss. I'm Andrew Salchunas, and this update is brought to you by the Park Sportsbook and Casino on Street Road. Watch all the action all tournament long with the Cuz, John Kincaid, and Ricky Bowen. Then place your bets on the Bet Parks app or at Park Sportsbook and Casino in Ben Salem. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Sixers lost to the Chicago Bulls last night in double overtime. They'll be taking on the Bulls again tomorrow night, this time in Chicago. That loss puts the Sixers back in the third seed of the Eastern Conference. They're now half a game back behind the Boston Celtics. It is the World Baseball Classic championship game tonight. Team USA will take on Team Japan, and the Flyers take on the Panthers. You can listen to that game live right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. This update is also brought to you by Total Wine & More. Find what you love at Total Wine & More. So many bottles to choose from at the lowest price. It's easy to find your favorite.